Uh, what's cracking? We got a great show for you guys tonight. Tonight. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. We in the building. Make sure you share this. This is one that you're going to want to share. This is one you're going to want to share. Share this episode. I'm sure this is one that you are going to want to share. We are in the building. Okay? We are in the building. Tonight, everybody, hit that like button. Support the channel. We are live and direct. Live and direct. Shout out to ZB. Shout out to What About Side. Shout out to Atra Quinta Pera. Roger W in the building. We are in the building. We going hard tonight, okay? We are going Hizzard. We going Hizzard in the Bizzard. Hizzard in the Bizzard. We are going hard tonight. I ain't playing with you tonight. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. We were the first ones on this story. We were the first ones on this story. We were the first ones on this story. We covered it the day it happened. But that often happens here because how many shows, how many stories we do. That often happens here because we cover so many stories here on a nightly basis. Sometimes we do 50 stories on a nightly basis, man. Sometimes we get 50 stories in, 50 news stories in, which is insane. No notifications. Again, pure instincts. Hey, man, share it. You know what to do, Uncle Max. Share it because you know people ain't getting the notifications. You know they ain't getting the notifications. You know that. That's crazy. That's why I say hit the like button every time you hear, man. Maybe you will get the notification. I don't know. Hit the like button every time you hear, man. We just in here trying to, you know, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, a dime and a nickel. It's hard to be legit when you're trying to pay the rent in the industry, but they blowing in the wind. Uh, it's going to take the man and me to conquer this insanity. When it rains, it pours. They got money for war, but can't feed the poor. And you know what's so then they wonder why we crazy. I blame my mother for bringing my brother as a crack baby. That's one of the greatest songs of all time. Keep your head up. Keep Your Head Up is one of the greatest songs of all time. Tupac Shakur. One of the greatest songs of all time. This it just is, man. I remember when that song dropped. That's the song that really put him on the map. Keep your head up if you really ask me. I mean, when I mean, all his songs were great, but keep your head up was like that was the one that just like took him into orbit because nobody could do that. He did things that nobody could do. Nobody could be that introspective from so many different points of view, from so many different uh people's reality. Nobody could do that. So he had the what do you call it? What do you call it? A monopoly on that, man. He had a monopoly on that, man, at that time. They got money for poor but can't feed the poor. Yeah, that one. When that song came, I was like, whoo. And tell all my honeys out there on your own. I know it's kind of rough and you're feeling all alone. Daddy's long gone and he left you by your lonesome. Thank the Lord for my kids, even if nobody else wants them. Because I think I can make it, in fact, for sure. And if you fall, stand tall and come back for more. It ain't your fault you've been dealt this hell of a hand without a man feeling helpless. And there's too many things for you to deal with. Crying inside, but outside you looking fearless. As the tears rolling down your cheek, you steady hoping it don't all fall down this week. Because if it did, you couldn't take it. Now don't blame me. I was born in this world. I didn't make it. And as the sun getting older and bolder and colder from having the world on the shoulder, that joint, man, hey, man, Pop dropped that. That's the one that took him to orbit. Ooh, chatting in the hook the sample was ridiculous. Things are gonna get easier. Everybody could relate to that song. Everybody could relate to that song. The Thugs, the Honeys, everybody could relate to that song. That's why I say that's the one that took him to orbit. That's the one that took him to orbit. Just like Juicy with the Biggie. Juicy was the song that took Biggie to the next level. You know what I'm saying? People want to connect with you as a person. Back in those days, at least. Now, I don't know if it's like that. Now it's more different. They want to know how many people you killed and shit like that. But rap evolves. But at that time, the record that made you appeal to people, the record like, what type of games is being played? How's it going down? It's on till it's on, then I got to know now. Is you with me or what? Honey trying to give me the nut, cause honey trying to give me the butt. I'm politicking with this chicken, wondering if I'm going to creep a little hood rat chick from 25th named Tanika coming through like I do. You know, getting my bark on. Knew she was, cause when it's better she had a scarf on. Hey man, that's the one that took DMX to the next level. That's the one that took DMX to the next level. Is you with me or what? That's the one that took. You talking about Jigga? The one that took Jigga to the next level? The one that took Jigga to the next level? That put him in orbit? Hard Knock Life. I think the Hard Knock Life. That's the one that put Jigga in outer space, man. The Hard Knock Life. Just like with Wu-Tang, Cream. That's the song that put Wu-Tang. Method Man is the song that put him on the map. Protect Your Neck and all that shit, right? But Cream put Wu in a whole nother category. Cream put Wu way out there. In those days, you needed a song where motherfucker could connect with you, where people could connect with you and you know, feel you and know you connected with them and understood them. Face, I think Face, The Diary. I think Never Seen a Man Cry Till I Seen a Man Die. But the song for Face for me was um um you only get a minute to pray and a second to die. But but Face, that never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. When he dropped that joint, man, that changed it. That brought him out of the South and into, or Smile too. Smile, that joint will pop. And I'm not talking about. I'm only talking about like commercial success, as far as like the songs that moved, that made, that put people on the map commercially, like broaden their appeal. Gangstar, Gangstar, for Gangstar, it was for Gangstar, I want to say mass appeal. Growing like grass with the mass appeal. Matt, Dwick, all that album right there. That's that, because Gangstar they always had the underground. Gangstar always was good in the underground. They always was dope. But that album, Dwick, with Nice and Smooth, Craig Nice, that that joint and Mass Appeal. Them records put Gangstar at over the top, if you ask me, from what I saw. And of course Mobb Deep, everybody know Mobb Deep. That joint, man, with that Shook Ones, oh my God. When Shook Ones dropped, I think one night I listened to Shook Ones. I was high, right? I was at the Quaker school, right? And it was a dude from New York, my roommate, Harris Rashid, Malaysian dude, and he was a hip hop head. Lived in Brooklyn, straight from Brooklyn, straight hip hop head. He used to always bring the tapes up there to the school, because it was the '90s. You only had what you had. There was no internet. You had what you had. You didn't have what you didn't have. And he would bring all the underground mixtapes up there. And one night we listened to we out in the middle of the woods on the campus, and we listening to Shook Ones. And man, that shit was so riveting. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for himself in this land, we be rumbling. Keep them shook crews running like they supposed to. They come around, but they never come close to. I can see it inside your face. You're in the wrong place. Cowards like you just get your whole body laced up with bullet holes and such. Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched. You can put your whole squad unit against my team, and I guarantee it'll be your very last time breathing. Your simple words just don't move me. You're minor, you major. You all up in the game and don't deserve to be a player. Don't make me have to call your name out. Your crew is featherweight. My gunshots will make you levitate. I'm only 19, but my mind is older. Once the shit gets for real, my warm heart turns cold. Another nigga deceased. Another story gets told. It ain't nothing really. Hey, yo, Don, spark the Philly so I can get my mind off these yellow back niggas. While they still around, I don't know. Go figure. Meanwhile, back in Queens, the realness, the foundation. If I die, I couldn't choose a better location when the slugs penetrate. Feel a burning sensation, getting closer to God in a tight situation. Take these words home and think it through. Or the next rhyme I write might be about you. That nigga was crazy. Hey man, we listened to that joint. I ain't think it was gonna be a better song than that. I thought that was the best hip hop could ever get. I ain't think it could ever get better than that, man. That joint, we was high out there at the Quaker school listening to that shit. We was stuck. That shit had niggas scared of his own shadow. That was the realest shit ever came out up until that point. Outkast, that first album was insane. Southern playalistic Cadillac funky. They hit the ground running. Outkast, they kind of like they just hit the ground running with all the plays came from far and wide, where afros braids that gangster man they hit the ground running. Outkast was popping from day one. They just evolved. He said, "I need to." Joy Reed's tooth, man. Shout out to my man Oakview. He said, "Roll in and donate." That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Oakview. Yeah, man. That was the era, man. Boy, the 90s, man. The 90s. Said Mob Deep, I thought they was the hardest team ever. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Then when I saw they was 5'2", that's when I first realized rap may not be real. Yeah, nah. But here's the thing, though. Yeah, a lot of dudes in the street that's tough as 5'2" too. It's a lot of short dudes in the street be tough as hell. A lot of niggas that run their block be short like that. It be a lot of short, light skinned niggas that run their hood. You hear me? What I'm saying? My son, he's short and light skinned. He run this house, and I'm just. But listen, it's a lot of short, light skinned niggas that run their hood. I'm telling you, man. It's a lot of short, light skinned niggas that run their hood. They got all the little dark skinned niggas, savages, scared of them and shit. Don't let height don't mean nothing in the street. Cause niggas be tough. Like street is all about, toughness and what a nigga think you'll do and what you'll do. What you'll do and what a nigga think you'll do. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, nah. It's don't get me wrong. Being tall has its advantages. Being tall has its advantages. I will give you that. Being tall has its advantages. Has a lot of advantages to being tall. You know, a lot of advantages being tall. But in the street, I don't. It just the street is like it's all about like a lot of dudes they be tough from first grade. The street really start in first grade. The street start in fucking at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock on in the first grade when you going outside and fighting at 3 o'clock, man. At 3 o'clock, I'm gonna wait till 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock or recess. You know what I'm saying? That's when the streets start. That's the original streets. Recess and 3 o'clock. And a lot of little dudes develop those psychological games too. A lot of little dudes develop a lot of psychological games, a lot of psychological hacks because they're short, so they gotta play psychiatry or psychological games. But yeah, that shit don't mean nothing in the street. In the street, height don't mean nothing. He said, "You 6'2"?" Yeah. He said, "I'm 6'1". Always wanted to be 6'4". Yeah, listen. 6'1" is good height, man. 6'1" is great height, dog. That's great height in Walmart. Walmart, you tallest motherfucker in Walmart. Now, if you can step on the basketball court, you the shortest motherfucker out there. But yeah, 6'1" is good height, man. If you 6'1", man, you should be thanking God, man. You should thank God if you get 6'1", man. Cause you don't want to be like 6'9" and not in the NBA or not playing overseas. And just be a tall motherfucker just standing out for no reason. And everybody asking you where you play for or who you play for every 5 seconds. Everybody gawking at you. I'm cool with my height, man. I'm just cool. I'm cool. I'm cool right where I'm at. But your height does have a good advantage. Like it does give you a lot of advantages. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We warming up, man. We warming up, Chris. So a lot of times the biggest dude in the school is a target because you get clout for punking them down. Yeah, but when when a lot of big dudes is gentle, right? A lot of big dudes don't be wanting to hurt people. A lot of big dudes be taking it easy on motherfuckers because they know their power. Like it's weight classes for a reason, right? People act like it's just weight classes in MMA and in boxing just because they feel like it. Like, oh, we just gonna make these weight classes just for the fuck of it. No, it's weight classes. Shout out to Oakview, man. It's weight classes for a reason, man. Like, I mean, like, I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, it's weight classes for a reason. It's a reason. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Those heavyweights don't fight middleweights. There's a reason very few guys can move up to heavyweight like James Toney or Roy Jones and have success. Even Evander, he was a light heavyweight, but it's rare that you could move up to heavyweight and have success because big dudes just hit so hard, man. Like I'm telling you, man, I hit so fucking hard, man, that sometimes I hit so hard that sometimes it shocks me how hard I hit. And when I fight other guys that are big like me, like when I was younger or coming up, the power is just different, man. It's just different getting hit by a big dude, man. Especially if he knows how to throw them, if he knows how to, throw a punch. It's just different, dog. They have weight classes for a reason. But in the street, don't none of that matter because you got guns and knives and shit like that. He said, "When was my last fight?" Jeez, it could have been. I could have been 100 fights. I could have been in 100 fights since my last fight, but my last fight, like my last brawl, like where I got busy. Damn. I know I'll be forgetting a lot of shit, but I can't remember. Probably 2007, 2006, where I actually got busy. Like little skirmishes where I had to grab a nigga, put him in a headlock or something, or grab a nigga, throw him down or some shit like that. I'm talking about where I was like fighting and I was like, tired and scared. Probably like 2006. Excuse me. Cause like I said, man, like I can end the shit quick because of my power. You know what I'm saying? I can end the shit quick because of my power if I want. You know what I'm saying? But right, and also I can end the shit quick because of my mouth because I know how to communicate. Like go ahead with that shit, man. Like I know how to diffuse situations. You know what I mean? A lot of times a dude might want to fight you, but he don't really want to fight you because he all's gonna happen. It's gonna end bad for him. But he really want to fight you. That's the thing about Blackistan. A nigga will really want to fight you that you could kill him with your bare hands, but he just want to fight. He just want to fight you, or he a bad motherfucker like that. He want to fight you. A lot of times you gotta save people from themselves. Because if I hit your ass on your chin, you go into your trunk. If you don't go to sleep, you go into your trunk. And I know that. So I be trying to like certain niggas, I'd be like, man, you don't go ahead, man. Relax, man. Relax. Cause I can just look at your little teeny little hands, little frail little shoulders. I can just look at you and tell I might fucking kill your ass. Just like it's niggas that I looked like. It was a dude the other day. I think I was at the grocery store. This nigga walked in. I was like, yo, this the type of nigga I carry mace for. This nigga was big, yo. This nigga was so fucking big. I was like, yeah, this the type of nigga I carry mace for. Like I could look at that nigga and tell like, yeah, I ain't got no wins with this nigga. It wasn't even no problem. We just happened to cross paths. And I just looked at it, I was like, oh shit, this nigga, man. That nigga made me feel tiny. I said, God damn. Straight up. Like, damn. I said, that nigga say hi, I might spray his ass with some mace. And then, hey, what's up, man? Shit, I ain't taking no chances, nigga. Straight up. Right. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. That nigga was big. That nigga was solid, too. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. Without further delay, man. Without further ado, man. Salute to everybody out there in the building, man. The whole Arc Nation, man. Make sure you support the channel. Shout out to Nick Colati, man. Nick Colati is in the building.
We have new details in a deadly stabbing on a Cat's rail line. Thanks for joining us for your news at 6. I'm Siobhan Bryan. It was 2 weeks ago today that this woman, Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee, was killed while riding the light rail in South Charlotte. Since that time, there have been several questions about what happened, why it happened, and could it have been prevented. Today, Cats released surveillance video of the events leading up to and after her murder. And we want to warn you, some of these images could be considered disturbing to our viewers. We're not sharing images of the attack, but rather what led up to it. WBTV anchor Jamie Bowl joins me live in studio with more on that video. Jamie?
Yeah, Siobhan, first, before we show you anything, we think it's important for everyone at home to understand the process we go through in cases like this. Awful things happen. Sometimes our photojournalists are there for the incidents. Other times we get video from police body cameras, or in this case, Charlotte Area Transit. We request video from agencies all the time. We do it to confirm what we have been told is backed up by the available video. It's about transparency. It's about confirmation. Now, when we get video like we did today, it doesn't just mean we put it on the air. In fact, often we don't show it, or it's heavily edited, especially when it's violent and graphic. We ask questions of ourselves. Does this video show us something?
Yeah, man. Okay, we know a nigga did it. A nigga killed a white girl. We get it. Like, damn. If this was a white dude that killed a black girl, they would just be calling it racist, and they would show it everywhere. They couldn't wait to show it. If the races were reversed, they couldn't wait to show this shit. Press 1. If the races was reversed, they couldn't wait to show this shit.
Yeah, Siobhan, first, before we show you anything, we think it's important for everyone at home to understand the process we go through in cases like this. Awful things happen. Sometimes our photojournalists are there for the incidents. Other times we get video from police body cameras, or in this case, Charlotte Area Transit. We request video from agencies all the time. We do it to confirm what we have been told is backed up by the available video. It's about transparency. It's about confirmation. Now, when we get video like we did today, it doesn't just mean we put it on the air. In fact, often we don't show it, or it's heavily edited, especially when it's violent and graphic. We ask questions of ourselves. Does this video show us something important? Does it give us new or better insight into what happened? Is there news value in showing it? And then we factor in decency and privacy. Tonight, we've decided to air a portion of the video provided by Katz. We're doing that because it verifies what we've been told about this incident, and that is newsworthy given the public attention and the demands for safety improvements. We will not be showing the actual stabbing itself.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in
First mistake, yo. First mistake, and I get it, man. There's no way for her to, have all of the callousness built up of being an American and knowing that this nigga, they don't want to be nowhere near this nigga. She's from Ukraine and she's a refugee. She probably don't know, like, you don't want to be nowhere near this. Not even for this. Not because you're going to get stabbed. Because this nigga might just start talking to himself. Or he might start talking to you. Or he might start talking to this lady right here. And now you around it. You don't want to be around this nigga because you don't want to be, because not because he's going to stab you, but because he's just a fucking asshole. Salute to Nicolai. He says, rap Meet the Flockers by YG. Nah. Not right now, man. I may come back to that. Shout out to you, man. Blake in the building, man. Everybody take the $5 challenge, man. We going in tonight, man. We going. I think this is an important case. We were the first ones to cover it the day it happened. Now everybody's covering it. Everybody. Shout out to what's my man? Black Conservative. I seen him come covering it today. We covered this the day it happened, like 2 weeks ago. Because we cover so many stories here, because we go around the nation. And we get to see all the you guys get to see all these little stories in Charlotte that, that might not catch everybody's, attention. right away. But we covered this the day it happened. Press 1. Yeah, you just don't want to sit around this dude, not because he's not because he's gonna stab you. This dude's not gonna stab you every time. It's rare for this guy to stab you. It's very rare for this guy to stab you in the whole swing of things. But still, you just don't want to be around this guy. That guy.
Carlos Brown is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too is just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance.
If you niggas, if you white folk ain't mad about this, man, you don't have a pulse. Go on and castrate yourselves if you a white man and this don't piss you off. And I'm not saying to start no race war, but it got to piss you off. You won't have to go out and do nothing. You don't have to go out be mean to your black neighbor that you've always gotten along with. But as a black man, I'm telling you right now, if this was reversed, nigga would get mad if a white cop responding to a fucking black woman. Think about this. I want you to understand what I'm saying. And press 1 if you agree with this. If a black woman called a cop because a black degenerate career criminal was kicking her ass, and that cop came and peeled that black career degenerate criminal off of that black queen and subsequently got into a fight with that black degenerate criminal and had to use force on that black degenerate criminal, black people would be outraged and emotionally incensed that that cop used force against that black career degenerate criminal. Press 1. They would be emotionally enraged that that cop either beat, choked, or shot that degenerate slimeball nigger criminal that was just beating the fuck out of a black queen. You gotta be mad about this if you a white guy. If you a white guy, you gotta be mad about this. And we're gonna show you on let me refresh the screen. We're gonna show you on we're gonna show you on Twitter. Like in a minute, man. We're gonna show you all that on Twitter. The shit that niggas get mad out, the shit that niggas burn shit down over, big old George Floyd, big 6'5", 290 pound. This girl weigh 105 pounds. And she minding her goddamn business. Niggas get mad over some big ass fucking nigga look like he could play in the NBA. Getting held down. Like niggas, they just holding the nigga down. They just like, calm down, nigga, calm down. Niggas will burn down the whole city over that. Niggas will burn the whole fucking city down over that. Coast to coast. You telling me you ain't mad about this?
Nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened.
White dudes just be, white dudes is something else, man. White dudes something else, man. Yo. And listen, man. I understand the cucking that's been done on you. It's been a number. The media has done a number. They did a number on me. You look at the way black people spoke back in the 70s. Look at the way black people speak now. Look at the way black people acted in those 70s and the 60s. Look at the way we act now. Yes, the media can do a fucking number on you. I understand that, man. I understand that. And I understand DNA. DNA has a large part to do with this too. But god damn, man. Like, come on, man. Shout out to my man, Big Larry. Big Larry's in the building. She didn't scream. She had to have screamed.
No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up, and from behind, unprovoked, as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later.
Hold on. Somebody had to come from the other end of the train? What about these people? What about these people? These people didn't lend. So what they're saying basically is these people didn't give her any, didn't help her. Black. I swear you don't want to be around no niggas when you need medical attention. You better hope it's some white people around. Or a cornball brother. A lame black dude that ain't down. A lame coon black dude that's not down. Okay, that it looks like he's helping. Okay, let's see.
Lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on the train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. CAT says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off mass.
So this is about I know they're not going to tell us this is because he skipped. Is that what they're saying?
Starting with breaking news, we have the newly released video of the deadly stabbing that happened on the Katz Blue Line train.
Yeah, this case has certainly sparked those renewed concerns we've been hearing about safety on public transit and many
about niggers. These renewed concerns about niggers. Stop sugarcoating this shit.
Blue Line train.
Yeah, this case has certainly sparked those renewed concerns we've been hearing about safety on public transit and many folks now raising questions about mental health.
WCNC Charlotte has made the decision not to show the full attack due to the graphic nature, out of the utmost respect as well for the family and friends of the victim.
And WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre is joining us now. Jesse, you're walking us through now this video and also the concerns that experts are telling you need attention.
Everyone share this, man. Share this far and wide. We looking for 10 people to share this on their social media tonight. Can we get 10 people to share this on social media tonight? Can we get some people to take the $5, $10, $20 challenge? I want to bring you guys up at some point where you can voice your opinions about this. Nobody else will let you come on their fucking show and talk about this. Except for maybe Chaotic. But ain't nobody else letting you come on their fucking show and talk about this shit. Hit the like button, support the channel, share the video.
Well, you know, like you mentioned, this video captures a very terrifying moment, showing the moments leading up to the attack of 23-year-old Irina Zarutska, who came here from Ukraine to escape war. But unfortunately, her life was taken in a tragic way. Now, this case raises many questions about safety and security on public transit.
And niggas. It raises many questions about niggers. Okay? Fuck it. They don't want to say it. They will keep tiptoeing around it. It raises many questions about niggers attacking white women in public. It raises many questions about niggers attacking white women in public. We do a lot of stories on that. Very few stories the other way. And I mean very few stories of white men attacking sisters in public. Very few stories. We do a bunch of stories about niggers attacking white women in public. On the train is one place where it often happens.
Fortunately, her life was taken in a tragic way. Now, this case raises many questions about safety and security on public transit, but it also raises many questions about mental health, the suspect's state of mind, and if any warning signs were missed there. This is video surveillance of the night. Irina Zarutska enters the Blue Line at the East-West Boulevard station stop. You can see she takes a seat directly in front of DeCarlos Brown, the suspect. At first, nothing seems unusual, but 4 minutes later, he pulls out what appears to be a pocket knife and suddenly stabs Zarutska multiple times. Zarutska then collapses. As Brown walks to the front car, takes off his sweater, and wraps his hand before exiting the train. Police arrested him on the platform shortly after. Katz says nothing in Brown's behavior that night raised alarms before the stabbing. Former FBI agent and former federal prosecutor M. Quentin Williams gave us his take on this and whether improved security could help prevent future incidents like this one.
I think they have a good camera system, and that's really important. And that can be a deterrent in and of itself. It also helps to solve the crime, which it did here. My question would be about the private security or off-duty police security that patrols the line. Is that adequate?
Really, nigga? Really, nigga? You niggas got the luxury to talk about all the price of tea in China when a white woman get killed like this. But let a fucking black woman let a black woman talk about the microaggressions. Let somebody spread. Let some white man spread his legs while he's sitting next to a black woman on the train. We'll be having a national conversation on that shit. You niggas lucky, man. Y'all get to brush over shit like this like it's nothing.
Now, CATS has shared several measures they are taking to improve safety, and that includes upgrading technology, a stronger partnership with CMPD, and they have stepped up patrols along the Blue Line. Meanwhile, Brown, who did not have a ticket to ride, has been charged with murder. His attorney has filed a motion to have him evaluated for his competence.
Tonight, the city of Charlotte is still coming to terms with a violent and random attack on a CATS Blue Line train. Surveillance video of the stabbing was released yesterday, showing the moments leading up to the death of Irina Zatruska. The suspect, DeCarlos Brown, is now charged with murder, and questions around safety on public transit are still growing. WCNC Charlotte's Anna King explains.
Yeah, for many people, the Blue Line is a daily route to work, school, or home. But after this attack, many are questioning the safety. Newly released surveillance video shows the moment 23-year-old Irina Zarutska boarded the CATS train at the East-West station. She sat down in front of a man identified by police as DeCarlos Brown. 4 minutes later, he suddenly pulls out a knife and stabs her multiple times.
I was shocked to hear that. I was like, really? Because I just wrote it like hours before. Like, I'd be on there all the time. I have had words with people, but never violent.
According to video, Brown then walked to the next car, wrapped his hand in a sweater, and left the train. An attack that's left some residents shocked.
Obviously, you get your few people here and there that may cause some type of concern. Like yesterday, I did get followed actually on the train, but I think.
But who followed you, sister? Who followed you, sister?
Here and there that may cause some type of concern. Like yesterday, I did get followed actually on the train, but I think that's unfortunately, that's normal for women.
And others not so surprised.
Well, I don't feel safe riding public transportation, but I gotta go to work and I gotta get from point A to point B.
Brown did not have a valid ticket to ride the night of the incident. He's now charged with murder. Mayor Lyles issued a statement following the video's release, calling it senseless and tragic and extending prayers to the victim's family. CATS says is now increasing patrols on the Blue Line and reviewing safety policies.
You niggers. Salute to my man, salute to Roger Wood. He says, fee, fi, fo, fum. I can't stand it. Facts, man. Facts. Niggas and flies. Niggas and flies. The more I hang around niggas, the more I like flies. Shout out to Gary Reeve, man. He says, wifey told me the other day that you are my go-to guy since Rush died. R.I.P. Rush, man. He said, as for I always have to catch your daily shows. After thinking about it, you are the Limbaugh version of Ninja Crime. Yeah, man, that's a compliment, man. That's a hell of a compliment, man. Rush Limbaugh is a goddamn legend, man. Rush Limbaugh. Salute to you, man. Man. Look at this nigga. This fucking ape. This shit is unconscionable, man. This shit is unconscionable. This is unconscionable. This shit is unconscionable what this nigga did, man. This shit is unconscionable. I'm gonna tell you, impulse control. His what they call those thoughts? Those his intrusive thoughts. We all have those, man. I have intrusive thoughts. You have intrusive thoughts. This guy, man, he's on the spectrum, man. He can't control his intrusive thoughts. He on the spectrum. A lot of people of that IQ, class, a lot of people missing the frontal lobe. They can't. They can't control those intrusive thoughts. Look how calm everyone is, man. Everyone's moving away from him, though. Everyone's just gathering. They're getting away from him, but they not. They cool and calm. White ladies is back there dying. They all making sure they clear out. They got the fuck away from that nigga. But that white lady back there dying, that's just on her. Did he cut himself? It looks like he may have cut himself. Oh, man. You niggas, man. Let's go to Twitter, man. Oh, shit. Oh. This shit trending, man. This shit is trending. This shit is trending, man. Here we go. This shit is trending, man. 23-year-old Irina Zarutska was butchered on a Charlotte light rail, her throat cut open by a violent repeat offender who had been arrested 14 times and was still free. This wasn't random. This was preventable. There is a war on white people. Her blood is on the hands of the system that let violent criminals roam while innocent people pay the price. If Irina were black and her killer were white, the media would be rioting nonstop. But because she's white, they stay silent. This is evil and it's deliberate. Yeah, man. Shit is terrible, man. If this was reversed, if the races were reversed, Abby, what's that bitch on CNN? Abby, whatever the fuck her name is, she would definitely be talking about this on her show. Rachel fucking Maddow, all those fucking left-wing whores would be talking about this. They'd be talking about on The View. They would be talking about this shit every fucking where. Abby Phillips, yeah. Look at this nigga, man. Said this tragic incident occurred in Charlotte. The saddest aspect of this video is that no one intervened. He killed her and then continued living as if nothing had happened. The moment it occurred, or when someone witnessed it, he should have been pinned down until the authorities arrived. There was multiple men on the train, and they could have worked together to restrain him. But no one did anything until he was off the train. Furthermore, this underscores why our country urgently needs mental health institutions. Individuals like this, who can randomly kill someone without motive, are a danger to society. This is lunacy. We must bring back mental health institutions immediately. Yeah, man. That one was beautiful, man. God damn. We're looking for 10 people to share this on social media, man. We're looking for 10 people to share this on social media, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Take the challenge, man. Take the challenge, man. Support this channel. PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Man. Breaking in a statement on the Charlotte light rail incident, Democrat Mayor V. Lyles insists the city cannot arrest our way out of this issue. Like this, failing to mention the victim, Irania Zarutska, even once, and showing more concern for the predator's homeless status. Charlotte is by and large a safe city. Bitch, you fucking whore bag. We don't need to. What do you mean your city is. This crime is down shit. These Democrats are obsessed with this crime is down shit. Crime is not down when you had this nigga been arrested 14 times and he's still on the streets. Says Charlotte is by and large a safe city. Charlotte area transit system by and large is a safe transit system. However, tragic incidents like these should force us to look at what we are doing across our community to address root causes. Fuck you and your root causes, bitch. I'm not giving no more fucking money to these niggers. Press 1. I'm not giving any more of my tax dollars to these niggers in these programs to blow it and throw it in the fucking ocean. Fuck your root causes, you fucking whore. She trying to use this as a way to beg for money, for more resources. She using this white woman's brutal death to try to pimp more fucking resources out of the taxpayers. I'm not giving you any more fucking money for these fucking degenerates. You should have locked his ass up, bitch. Yeah, she trying to use this as a way to she trying to use this to, well, we need to attack the root causes. Whenever they talk about root causes, that means more money. Give us money for programs. However, tragic incidents like these should force us to look at what we are doing across our community to address root causes. We will never arrest our way out of issues such as homelessness and mental health. Yes, you can. You can arrest yourself out of this shit, you fucking moron. That's why these bitches don't need to be running charge of shit. You can arrest yourself out of this shit. But you also have to prosecute yourself out of it. And you have to sentence your way out of it too. You can arrest, prosecute, and sentence your way out of this. But yes, technically you can arrest it if the fucking DA don't prosecute it and the judge don't sentence it. So technically you're right. You can't arrest your way out of this. It says, I am committed to doing the hard work with Mecklenburg County, community leaders, healthcare service providers, and the private sector to ensure that Charlotte continues to be one of the best cities in the world with the highest quality of life for everyone. I want to be clear that I am not villainizing those who struggle with their mental health. You want to be clear? That's what you want to be clear about? She wants to be clear that she's not villainizing those who struggle with mental health or those who are unhoused. You could have left that out of this, bitch. You could have left that out of this. You could have left that line out of this one. Unbelievable. I want to be clear. I'm not villainizing those who struggle with their mental health or those who are unhoused. Mental health disease is just that, a disease like any other that needs to be treated with the same compassion, diligence, and commitment as cancer or heart disease. Our community must work to address the underlying issues of access to mental health. Yo, did she really just say that? Did this bitch really just say that? God, she's an awful person. She's as big of a scumbag as he is. She's as big of a scumbag as he is.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds.
Shout out to Eric S., man. He says, when will they say suffering from low IQ instead of saying suffering from mental illness? You hit a grand slam with IQ that everyone else runs from. Yeah. It's IQ, man. It's DNA. It's IQ. They're linked. They're linked. Inextricably linked. These people are assholes, man. This one says, this is what should have happened to the black who murdered that Ukrainian woman in Charlotte. Yeah. It would have been nice. It would have been nice. V. Lyles, the mayor of Charlotte, didn't speak about justice for Aranya Zarutska. She didn't demand accountability for how a repeat offender with 14 arrests was free to slaughter a 23-year-old woman on the train. What she did was thank the media for keeping quiet. Her statement isn't about outrage or responsibility. It was a polite pat on the back to journalists for not sharing the video, for not describing what actually happened, for burying the reality under soft words. The video of the heartbreaking attack that took Irania Zarutska's life is now public. I want to thank our media partners and community members who have chose not to repost or share the footage out of respect for Irania's family. Wow, that is absolutely insane. Respect for the family becomes the shield politicians hide behind when they want the story to fade. It's the language of suppression. Do not show it. Do not talk about it. Do not make the public feel what really happened. Keep it abstract. Keep it sterile. Keep it forgettable. And this is how victims are erased. A young woman is stabbed to death in front of strangers on the train, and the political class rushes not to shine a light, but to pull the curtains closed. They tell you silence is compassion, when the reality is complicity. The family deserves respect, but society deserves the truth. Without truth, nothing changes. Jesus. How did this woman become the mayor of this great city? Teresa Stokes is the magistrate who allowed DeCarlos Brown to walk freely among innocent people. She needs to resign or be fired. Some people just need to come with a warning label on their forehead. As a magistrate, Stokes' duties include conducting initial court hearings, setting conditions of release, and handling minor civil matters. Magistrates in North Carolina are not elected like superior court or district court judges, but are appointed and work under the supervision of the district court judge, who in Mecklenburg County is Elizabeth Trosh. Yeah, you knew that. You know that was going to shit. You know, that city going to shit. They got black women running it everywhere. That city's going to shit. A black woman with a white wig is telling us the killing of a white woman by a black man is acceptable because even though he's been arrested 13 effing times before, he has mental health issues. Okay, then why within the last 13 arrests has these issues not been addressed? You're a fraud and a left-wing activist. Get the F out of our state. You don't belong here. This is not what we stand for. Yeah, people are upset on Twitter, man. People are upset. Salute to my man, Not Jimmy Stewart, man. Not Jimmy Stewart says, I dig what you're saying and agree, but have you read Absolute Batman? No, I haven't read. I don't know of no book called Absolute Batman. I gotta look into that, man. I have never heard of that. No, not at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have never heard of this word a day in my life. Oh, it's a comic book? Yeah, I haven't seen that, man. Salute to you, man. Everyone hit the like button, man. We gonna do this. Arena Zaratska is very troubling. Kate Caitlin Strait, she was killed the other day by this black guy during a road rage incident. But we the details of that are kind of sketchy. We don't know if someone fired first. And listen, this is common. This is common on trains, man. This is common on trains, okay? This happens on trains. We cover this stuff all the time. We covered this so many times. We covered this so many times. If you're a white woman and you on a fucking train, you better fucking keep your head on the swivel. Okay? If there's sun turds around, man. If you're a white woman on the train, you better keep your head on the swivel if sun turds around. We covered this throughout the years. I can think of, I've covered so many of them, but I can think of many offhand. Like I can think of many of these offhand.
That I want that everybody know who is him, and that of course he go to jail. He don't deserve to be outside. He only want to kill me.
Now at 5, new surveillance video gives a new look at the moments a woman is beaten inside of a Miami Metro mover earlier this month. That woman is speaking out about this attack, and we do want to warn you the images are hard to watch, so we've blurred them. CBS 4's Peter Dench is live in downtown Miami with her important message. Peter.
Well, Carly, one of the attorneys for the victim told me the man who beat her had a loaded gun in his pocket. He says this could have turned tragic. The victim says she wants everyone to see how she was treated, and we warn you, some of you may think that this is disturbing video.
The only reason that he had was to kill me, but he didn't have enough time. And he didn't count that in the next station is going to be another person waiting for the Metro mover.
Andrea Puerta says she cannot get over the fury of the man who punched her more than 20 times, kneed her in the head, and tossed her around this Metro mover car on the night of September 4th.
I want that everybody know who is him, and that, of course, he go to jail. He don't deserve to be outside.
You know, you got to remember, this guy doesn't know this woman from a can of paint. She was just minding her business. She was just sitting on the train minding her business. And he walked over to her and beat the shit out of her. She was minding her business. Okay? She was minding her effing business. Salute to Gary Reeve, man. He says, 1, 2, niggas coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your doors. Right. 5, 6, we tired of this shit. Shout out to Not Jimmy Stewart, man, becoming a member, man. I mean, he's been a member for 20 months. He said, Absolute Batman is amazing. All right, I'm going to have to check it out. I'm definitely going to have to check it out.
Of course, he go to jail. He don't deserve to be outside. He only want to kill me. I want that all the world know his face for all his life.
She was left with a broken rib, swollen jaw, bruised arms, and a concussion.
He's a person that he don't have heart. He don't care about life, and he only mission was to kill me. But he didn't count that I have angels that are my dogs waiting for me every day till I walk there.
Puerta's attorney, Kurt O'Brant, says there were security lapses at the Fifth Street Metro mover station.
Where was security? That's something we want to know.
Why was that nigga on the street?
Were nowhere to be seen. We've since learned that the intercom, the emergency intercom on the Metro mover was broken.
O'Brant says the suspect, 20-year-old Joshua King, was armed.
We have since learned that he had a fully loaded semi-automatic 9mm clip in his pocket.
King's hearing was reset until next Wednesday, and his attorneys said
it's known that we're going to be bringing up competency at this time, and we're going to be requesting an evaluation.
Police say King attacked 2 other people the same day.
That he's not crazy. He's very stable in the mind. He wanna think that everybody think that he's crazy, but he's not.
Listen to what she says.
Police say King attacked 2 other people the same day.
That he's not crazy. He's very stable in the mind. He wanna think that everybody think that he's crazy, but he's not.
Yeah, these niggas playing crazy, using a crazy alibi. No, nigga, you just evil. You just did some foul shit. You ain't crazy. We not giving you no fucking money for your mental health, nigga. You ain't crazy. You just a degenerate lowlife that did some fucked up shit. You gotta cut the money off from these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers literally getting paid for this shit. Everybody's getting paid for this shit. All these resources and root causes and shit. No, nigga, I agree. I 100% agree with this woman. That nigga ain't crazy. That nigga ain't crazy.
2 other people the same day.
That he's not crazy. He's very stable in the mind. He wanna think that everybody think that he's crazy, but he's not. He's very stable.
Now, Porta's attorney said the prosecutors
Yo. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable how your body is calling me. I can feel calling me, baby. Body is calling for me. Remember this one? We did this a while ago too.
Valley man is behind bars tonight after a brutal attack on a cell phone store worker, and it was his own mother who turned him in.
Tonight, we are hearing from the victim who says that she was scared for her life. And Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett is live with her incredible story, Stephanie, of survival. Again, this video is so hard to watch.
Yeah, it is such a heartbreaking story. Maria Coronado says she saw the suspect watching her periodically throughout the day. When she was alone in the store, that's when he came in and allegedly attacked her, all caught on camera. It's going to be hard to watch some of these video clips. But she says what bothers her the most is that this may have been prevented.
You could just hear me screaming. It just breaks my heart that no matter what I did, I pled with him. Like I even told him like I was pregnant just to see if maybe with that he would stop. And he didn't. He just kept on going and going and going.
Maria Coronado recalls the terrifying night she was attacked at the Cricket Wireless store off 43rd Avenue and Bethany Home Road. Police say that's 33-year-old Michael Cook caught on a security camera assaulting her.
I have several stitches from my eyebrow to my nose. I have 2 fractured nose bones, and obviously my face has a lot of trauma to it.
She tells Fox 10 that Cook was a regular customer. She was working alone and saw Cook looking inside the store several times before the attack. She was afraid he would kill her if she fought back.
He was evil. He knew what he was doing. This was premeditated. He came 4 times the whole day just seeing if there was customers, if I was alone. On Wednesday, he literally told the manager, I'm going to come back and kill you.
She managed to run away and call police at a neighboring business. Cook was arrested a few days later. Coronado claims no one called police about his prior threats.
If they would have said something, they probably would have caught him and this wouldn't have happened.
The suspect's mother told police he hadn't been taking his schizophrenia medication. According to police paperwork, when Cook heard voices in his head telling him,
I don't give a fuck. You should have took it. Should have took your schizophrenia medication. You mean And you know he got it for free. And you know that medicine is expensive as fuck. And you know he got that shit for free. He didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay like we do. He got that shit for free.
Him to kill himself, he took his anger out on Coronado. Paperwork shows he admitted to stealing 3 phones and selling 2 of them for fentanyl and meth.
I don't want to go back. It's just scary. Like, we can't be alone. Like.
Now, we did reach out to Cricket Wireless for a...
You notice they attack blondes a lot? You notice they attack blondes a lot of the time? A lot of the times they attack blondes. You notice that? These niggas attack blondes. Salute to everybody out there. We're trying to get 20 people to 10 people to share this video, man. Share this video on your social media.
Of that random. Kathleen Miles only works downtown 1 day a week. Today, she's still suffering the consequences of that random attack. But it is what she found out about the person who prosecutors say did it that has led her to speak out.
He hit me with such force.
Sitting at home in Lake Villa today, Kathy Miles admits the last thing she remembers before her attack on August the 19th is walking past Block 37 in the Loop on the way to the Union Station.
I woke up and my coworker was standing above me saying, "You're okay. We're in the hospital. You've been assaulted."
She then passed out again.
The next thing I remember is my daughter, Deanna, saying, "Hi, Mama. I'm here. You're okay."
And while she doesn't remember what happened, a colleague who was walking with her at the time told her this.
She had said this man came in between the two of us, shoved us apart, and then hit me in the face.
That punch left Miles with several broken bones in her face, as well as a concussion. According to police, she was assaulted by 32-year-old William Livingston. A record search produced 13 mugshots of Livingston going back to 2012. A large number of those arrests for aggravated assault and battery of both women and police officers, something Miles found out after the fact.
Like, what is enough? You know, what does someone have to do where he's going to be, they're going to be held accountable?
According to online records, Livingston's history of random acts of violence against women goes back 8 years. In 2017, he was accused of randomly attacking 2 women months apart. Both cases were dropped. In 2022, Livingston was sentenced to 5 years in prison after prosecutors said he punched and attempted to rob 4 women within 20 minutes in the Loop. And yet, just 14 months later, in 2023, while on parole, Livingston was arrested for hitting a woman in the face on North Michigan Avenue. And in 2024, he was sentenced to 100 days in prison after punching a 15-year-old girl, also on North Michigan Avenue.
I'm not going to let someone speak for me. I need to speak for myself. I need to say something. If I say nothing and he does this to another person, I'm going to feel bad.
Livingston.
Yeah, man. Salute to not Jimmy Stewart. He says, "You want to talk about cleaning the streets? Absolute Batman. Now, have you ever looked into Promise or Jonathan Pollard?" I don't know, but I haven't looked into that. I have to look into that. Promise and Jonathan Pollard. Salute to you, man. I'm gonna have to look into that. Is that a comic book too? I don't know. Health measures, patient reported outcomes, measurement information system. I have to look into that. Salute to 45 Revolve. He says, no one else does it like Ak Nation. There's not even a number 2. Salute to you, man. Shout out to you. This is absolutely insane, man. How many of these women get attacked by these apes. How many of these women get attacked by these apes? And then come to find out the apes been on the street. Somebody just alerted me to something that I didn't know nothing about, man.
Today marks a solemn anniversary here in Utah. 50 years ago on this day, a group of men tortured and killed 3 people during a robbery at an Ogden electronics store. It's known as the Hi-Fi murders. Now, the case shocked the nation, both through the brutality of the killings and the discovery that the suspects were airmen from Hill Air Force Base. Pierre Selby and William Andrews were sentenced to death and executed in the decades following the killings.
I just continued shooting. I figured, I shot Mrs. Nesbitt and I just started shooting everybody else.
Anyone that's human would have remorse for what happened. I'm very ashamed of my participation in that crime. I feel a lot of remorse for the victims and the family of the victims.
Now, the 2 survivors, Orrin Walker and Courtney Nesbitt, passed away some years ago. To this day, police still believe 3 people involved in the robbery have never been identified.
First at 11, it was 2023 when 23.
Wow. Niggas was tearing up Utah 50 years ago. Ain't that a bitch? Niggas was tearing up Utah 50 years ago. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Salute to everybody out there, man. Jesus Christ. Shout out to man. He says the only crime news channel I watch is Ak Nation, man. Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute to you, man. This shit is unbelievable, man. Let me bring us. Let me hit the. If you want to come up and talk about this, man, not the price of tea in China, not what the fuck you want to talk about, not something else. If you want to come up and talk about this, I'm gonna drop the link, man. This shit is crazy, man. Unbelievable, man. These niggas just gonna keep doing this shit too. They never gonna stop. As you can see with Trump in DC, the only thing that can stop them is a force greater than them. That's the only thing that can stop them, a force greater than them. If you don't come with a force greater than these motherfuckers, they not gonna stop. If you try to pay them or program them out of this shit, it ain't gonna work. You gotta just be like, hey man, stop that shit, man. Right now. Or else. That's it, man. Shout out to Manos, man. What's going on, man?
You know, it's crazy how we're supposed to ignore it, though, and pretend like it's not the case.
Mm-hmm. But we ain't ignoring it, man. Shout out to Dante. He said, talk about absolute bad man. Yo, man. He's funny. He's funny as shit. But yeah.
I mean, we'll get hit with the not all sun man argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get hit with the what about sun man doctors?
Yeah, I mean this shit is fucking sad, man. What do you think about the people that like the reaction from the other people?
I mean, the guy has a knife. It's a tough ask. You know, I would say for people to not get involved in that case, right? Call the police and let the pigs deal with that. Shout out to everybody that hates the pigs. Actually, you know, now that we're on it, because like I and me have said so many times, right? When shit like this happens, whether it's a Sunman or not, the pigs are on their way. Someone's got to do it.
Today at 4, following breaking news out of Charlotte, Cats officials have released surveillance video of the deadly stabbing on a light rail in South End. The recent random attack has renewed security concerns on public transit in the Charlotte area. And because the video is so disturbing and violent, we're choosing not to show it in its entirety. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy joining us here in the studio to give us more on this breaking development. Robin.
Right, Alicia, and the part of the video that we are showing you is just incredibly hard to watch. We do want to give you just a moment to look away if you think you might need to before we show this video. And we are choosing to air part of the video so that people can understand how random this attack was and how it just could have been anyone on that light rail. The suspect, Carlos Brown, is already...
It couldn't have just been anyone. It couldn't have just been anyone. Because if it could have been anyone, it could have been any of these black people right here. That's the first lie. It couldn't have just been anyone. Once he saw that that white blonde hair lady come on there, his predatory instincts ramped up. This was, in a way, a racially motivated attack. It couldn't have just been anyone. If that was a little YN with a shiesty that sat in that seat in front of him, same weight, same size as her, he wouldn't have done this.
There has to be some kind of sexual element to it.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt, some kind of sexual, like wanting to crush something that they see as beautiful,
impulsive.
Something they see as precious or untainted. Maybe they see the blonde hair and the white skin as something pure,
desirable.
Sully it as something like that, or they want to destroy it.
Yeah, I think I would say it has to do with the lack of impulse control and the gratitude deferment, right? And they're unable to contain themselves. You know, it's kind of how at least I've noticed how, and I've noticed it here in particular, how when some men are with hombretas, like dating them, they end up deleting them, right? Just because of the gratitude deferment, the lack of impulse control, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That is true. I do notice that a lot. Yeah, some men do be deleting the hell out of own breeders. That's why it's important for those own breeders' fathers to warn their daughters about that and not feel like it's racist. Just be like, you don't have to say don't date or something, but you have to be like, look,
yeah,
this comes with it.
Right. That comes with it, and again, I hate to be crass, but that comes with it, and also single motherhood comes with it. And I hate to be so blunt about it. But I think you made a good point about that in the past, where you said if you tell your kid to not do something, they're probably gonna do it.
Yep. Facts. Shout out to Don Wrinkles. He says, Ock is too busy talking about Absolute Sunman.
Facts.
Yeah, man, that's what we talking about today. Not Jimmy Stewart. We're talking about Absolute Sunman, man.
on the light rail when the victim, Irina Zarutska, gets on Friday, August 22nd, right around 10 p.m. Brown sits behind her for about 4.5 minutes. He doesn't seem to look in her direction at all, doesn't even seem to notice she's there until suddenly, out of nowhere.
Think about how stupid they are to say that he didn't notice that she was there. When she
Right,
gets on,
immediately.
look at the smile on his face when she gets on. What?
On the light rail when the victim, Irina Zarutska, gets on Friday, August 22nd.
He like, oh shit. He did the old something man like, oh shit. They don't see that smile. Press 1. Look at him when he sees him get on.
When the victim, Irina Zarutska, gets on.
He like, oh, this is gonna be too easy. He like, oh shit, this is gonna be too easy. Got one. It was like, got one. You know?
I'm telling you, there has to be some kind of sexual element to it, man.
Yeah,
She was very small too. Like she looked kind of. I mean, not in a sickly way, but she looked frail. She was a female, you know, a small female.
Very small. She probably weighed 100, no more than 110 pounds.
On the light rail when the victim, Irina Zarutska, gets on Friday, August 22nd, right around 10 p.m. Brown sits behind her for about 4.5 minutes. He doesn't seem to look in her direction at all, doesn't even seem to notice she's there until
Wow. That just shows you how little self-awareness women have in public. If she could say that. He's sizing her up the entire time. He's fighting his demon. He's fighting the demon.
He's fighting a losing battle.
Yeah, he's fighting a losing battle. He's trying to like resist that stabbing her and shit, but he's such a impulsive, like low IQ shit stain that he can't do it.
Yeah, it's like leaving tacos around me. It's over with.
Yeah, or around me. Shit. Don't leave no tacos around me, motherfucker. Or no burritos.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, he pulls out a knife. Zarutska has no idea what's coming. The suspect quickly stabs her 3 times and then just walks off as if nothing happened, leaving her to die. So sad. And Brown changes clothes and runs off the light rail at the very next stop. Now, Brown is in jail, charged with murder, and he's being held without bond. Since that deadly stabbing 2 weeks ago, city leaders have called for extra security on the light rail. And we wanted to know how riders are feeling and whether security officers are becoming more high profile. Light rail riders have mixed opinions on whether they've noticed more security on the light rail since the stabbing.
When it happened, of course, I was very disturbed, and I was like, I don't know if I still want to take the light rail.
I have not noticed a change in security, either an increase or, in fact, I've seen more absent.
I have noticed like an increase in security, but only at specific times, like more so during the morning when I'm commuting to work.
We rode the light rail Friday around noon, starting at the East-West station near where the stabbing happened, and went round trip
That's a nice train
for
right
about
there.
20 stops. We did not see a single security officer.
I do think they need to step up some more measures. I don't know what that looks like.
Charlotte Area Transit says they are 35 officers short-staffed right now and working to hire the full 219 they have allotted through their contract with a private security firm.
Does that worry you with your security, knowing that really you haven't seen any changes since the stabbing?
Very much so.
Tell me more about that.
It makes me hesitant to take the light rail at certain times, so I know that my friends and I have pretty firm ideas on when we will and won't take it.
So today I asked CATS officials why we didn't see any security officers. And they tell me CATS security is spread out across the transit system, and they're not stationed at every light rail train station or on board every bus. Alicia.
Queen City News.
But you know, that glider queen with the sunglasses, right? She wants more officers on the train, but if those officers do a good job, right, the job they're supposed to do, right, and say that some word gets himself hurt, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like,
Turn
what in
on
the
her,
fuck
she's
can you
gonna turn
do?
on the officer. She's gonna well, no matter how she feels privately, publicly,
Right.
she will throw the officers under the bus.
I mean, any good officer. I mean, come on, man. Like, it's like glaring how who's the offenders, right? Who's the one that you should be looking out for, but you're not at the same time. You're not supposed to do that. I don't know. Shouldn't profile, I guess. But before we talk about these son words and these incidents, man, we gotta look at these judges. At what point are they? Is it their fault? I mean, look, what,
Been arrested 14 times.
right? I mean, and I get it. What can you do? How long can you truly incarcerate somebody for punching somebody, right? I get it. But at some point, I mean, that son word was damn near begging for help. Stop me, lock me up before I kill some random Ukrainian refugee.
What's up, new guy?
I mean, I don't think anything can truly be done. All we can do as a society is react when the damage is already done, or else because if we try to minority report sons, then we're racist and we're anti-American, and and we're not treating people equally. So if like the American creed post the civil rights is based on treating people the same, we're all the same, we're all identical, then I don't know how you avoid this type of stuff. You just can only clean up the mess, unless I'm missing something.
What did you think? Because I know you were on the show when we talked about it when it first happened a few weeks ago, right?
I can't remember, but I knew when I saw the video of this today, I knew you were going to cover it today, so I knew I'd hop on.
So what did you think? Like, what did you think about the whole she gets stabbed, no one reacts, the woman's just sitting there dying, the son man walks the other end of the train, takes his shirt off. 4 minutes later, he gets off the train. Like, what did you think about all that?
Well, we kind of already talked about this yesterday, but you said a moment ago, right? There's like 5 black people sitting near him. He could have stabbed any one of them, but he didn't because he wanted to kill the white person. We understand that. In addition, though, let me put it this way. If me and like 4 of my glider friends are just on a train coming home from like a night of drinking or something like that, right? And I see some Sun Queen sit down in front of a black guy and the black guy stabs her. I'm not fucking doing anything because like you're not my race or responsibility. Like I'm not getting involved. So and I'm just like, a glider. Whereas here, there's a bunch of black people who already hate white people to begin with, right? So how can you expect them to intervene? They're probably like in their minds, probably happy about it to some degree.
I don't think the average black person is happy about that.
Maybe that's not the right word, but they feel like a sense of retribution, or you know what I mean, right?
Maybe apathy, but I don't think the average black person sees working class person, because these people don't appear to be thugs that's on this train. But I think that there is apathy, but not like a yeah, get her. Like no, I wouldn't think it was like that. I think now there is a class of black people that are like that, but I don't think this is the class of the people going to work on the transit line. No, I don't think they're that type of people.
Yeah, maybe not, but
more than anything,
we're splitting hairs here. The main thing is, it's like, yeah, don't expect black people to intervene on your behalf when another black person is fucking terrorizing you.
Well, we don't see white people intervening either, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I didn't even see any white people on the train.
Oh, there was a ton of white people.
But that's beside the point, though, right? That we often do see white people do what you just described.
No doubt. Yeah, no, you're right. It's
tough. Look, I think they shouldn't. I mean, look, he stabbed her. You should not go near him. This one I will say, they should not intervene. Call the police.
Yeah, it's different if there's a knife, right? That makes it different. If it's just fists are flying, then you can You know, if a black guy is just beating the shit out of a white
Yeah, if
woman,
he's pummeling her, then you should
just
do
grapple.
something.
Yeah,
Yell, I
just
don't know.
grapple with him. But if he has a knife, he's gonna fucking kill
No,
you
you
too, right?
can't. No.
Yeah.
Tonight, Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles is releasing a statement about the video of the deadly stabbing on a light rail train 2 weeks ago. That video is just so disturbing, and we are not showing it to you at this time, but it has the moments police say the suspect, DeCarlos Brown, is accused of attacking the victim from behind, and the random attack happened on August 20th.
Everyone, hit the like button right now. Take the $5 challenge, the $10 challenge, the $20 challenge. Support the channel. There's no channel that's covering this. You can't get this coverage anywhere. Please support the channel.
And Ak, how many times, and think about it, how many times have we seen this same scenario where a foreign refugee or immigrant is deleted by a sunman here? We've seen that before a few times. Whether they're like Middle Eastern refugees.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen that.
Random street crime affects everyone. That's the thing about random street crime. Like, he didn't know this was a Ukrainian. He just saw a beautiful white woman. She could have been from fucking Tucson.
Appalachia?
Yeah, it don't matter.
A second. The suspect is then in the video seen walking away and leaving the train at the next stop. Brown has since been arrested and is charged with murder. He's being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail. In a post to social media, Mayor Lyles is calling the attack senseless and a tragic loss. She goes on to say she has been focusing on what safety looks like in Charlotte and that she is committed to making the city a place for everyone to feel comfortable in. On Wednesday, the CATS Public Transit Advisory Committee is set to get an update on safety and security during its meeting, and we will update you if any new developments come from that.
Queen City News Plus. Just
And then I hate the fucking charade of the whole trial, right? Where it's on video, he did it. Now we gotta hear some public defender say some nonsense. And the judge has to sit there and pretend like he's saying something. It's like, no, he's on camera doing it. Get the fucking rope.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think they're going to do?
Welcome back to Liberty and Law. What?
What do you think he's going to get?
Oh, he's going to get
I think
life sentence here.
Not execution?
I don't know. Does
North Carolina?
North Carolina have the death penalty?
I don't know. But I don't think they're gonna delete him. I don't. Maybe.
I wish, but I think you're correct. I doubt they will.
But he is cooked though. That's for sure.
Here's the thing though. Like, how do you justify him not being in prison for the rest of his life? Just for the safety of the community that's going to be living around him should he get out.
They're gonna make a case. They're gonna argue that he has mental health issues, trauma.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, North Carolina has the death penalty.
Okay. I would like to see that for sure.
Though a de facto moratorium has been in place since 2006.
There you go.
Due to lawsuits over the method of lethal injection. In 2025, a bill was proposed to allow for alternative methods, including firing squad, to allow the state to resume executions. There are currently 121 people on death row, and the legality and future of capital punishment in the state remains uncertain.
Now, will throwing him into the Atlantic Ocean be considered humane?
Yeah, man. I mean, just whip him to death. Whip him until he dies.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, man, like, he thought about it. He mulled it over. He fought the demon. The demon won, and you have to pay for not being able to beat that demon.
Yeah,
it's like it's just like this. Like, think about it. This is something all guys can think about. All guys can relate to, right? Your wife's out of town, right, for work, and You want to watch some porn and jack off, right? But you're like, nah, I told myself I would stop doing that shit. And then you jack off and you feel like, oh shit, I can't believe I did that. And you lost that demon. You lost that fight to that demon. This guy on a much higher stakes. I want to kill this white bitch in some sexual fantasy type of ways, like sexual, like pleasure type, violence type shit, whatever's going on in my mind. I want to kill this white bitch. He lost. He couldn't overcome that demon. The penalty for that should be death. Whereas the penalty for jacking off when you feel that you wouldn't do it no more should be just feeling bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Feeling bad about this.
You know what, man? I'm just a big fan of like getting a message across, and just letting all these other degenerates know, like, hey, look, listen, we will hang you.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that'll happen. They're not going to hang him, but they'll firing squad him.
Well, not hang, but we will delete you. But whatever.
Yeah.
I just hate it. I hate the idea that there's gonna be a bullshit trial and they're gonna talk and say nothing, and it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's this American way. That's the American way. America was not created for this. Like, think about it. This guy being arrested 14 times for similar offenses. The American justice system wasn't created to deal with him. It was created, and probably 1,000 others like him in this one municipality, right? So this municipality is taxed, right? They have a county jail or a city jail. I don't know whether it's Charlotte, Mecklenburg, but they either have a county or a city jail. They have a large black population. The jail is overcrowded, inundated. The court system is inundated. He's just one of many in the society which the Constitution and the laws were created for. This guy would be one of some. There would be some people like him, and they would be like dealt with like a lot quicker because you can't lock this guy up sometimes because the jail's overcrowded. You know what I mean? You gotta give this guy services because civil rights activists been saying that disproportionately black men are arrested and locked up more and all that shit.
Right.
In the white society this was created for, there would be none of that. It wouldn't be this guy's disappointed. He'd just be another white guy coming through the system for beating the shit out of some white woman, and it'd been like, oh shit, you gotta go to jail or you gotta get this.
You're punished.
Yeah. He's gotten lesser punishments because he's black.
That's true, dude.
He needs to be protected from the system that's after.
Man. Son privilege, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? Speaking of the prisons in North Carolina, look, I don't know what the racial makeup is, but it's got to be virtually all sons in there.
Have you seen the gun memorial?
Yeah, I could imagine, but I'm talking about like the prisons itself, right? Like,
yeah, prison in North Carolina is a black thing, man.
Right.
Yeah, it's black. Black people are everywhere when you go to wherever state you are, but definitely North Carolina. Like North Carolina is like the East Coast.
Navigate the challenges of aging. Then, in 2022, the war in Ukraine escalated. Air raids became a nightly occurrence. Irina's parents urged her to leave. Go somewhere safe, they said. So at 19, she packed a single suitcase, said goodbye to her family, and boarded a bus to Poland. From there, she made her way to the U.S., eventually settling in Charlotte, North Carolina. She found work as a barista at a local cafe, rented a small apartment with a roommate, and started taking online classes to finish her degree. This is my new home now, she wrote in a social media post from 2023. I'm building something here. By 2025, Charlotte had become familiar. She'd made friends at the cafe, joined a Ukrainian cultural group, and even started dating a guy named Mark, an American teacher she'd met at a community event. She was happy, her roommate Lena later told reporters. She talked about bringing her parents over once things calmed down in Ukraine. She had plans. On August 22nd, 2025, that life came to an end. It was a Friday evening. Irina had finished her shift at the cafe around 7 p.m. She texted her roommate, headed home, want to order pizza. She boarded the eastbound Lynx Blue Line light rail train at the East-West Boulevard station.
Okay, so we know what happened after that, but yeah, this is unconscionable, man. This
She's so small. Like, look how fucking small she is.
Yeah, and that also had something to do with his predator. You know what I mean? Instinct. And listen, intrusive thoughts. I have them. I have intrusive thoughts. I have those sometimes, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't. I be wanting to fuck people up. I be wanting to do shit. I be wanting to, you know what I'm saying, do things that are antisocial at times. You know what I mean? Not all the time, but like they hit me sometimes. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? We all
Same
do
here.
that.
Yeah, I think
And I'm
everybody.
not talking about like road rage where someone's done something and I'm responding. I'm just nobody did anything.
You're
And
just
I'm
in a
just
bad
like
mood?
feeling some intrusive thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Or like you're like in a bad mood kind of deal? Or you mean?
No, just like an intrusive thought. Like you could be you could be walking down the street, right? Say you're walking down the street, right? And you see a fucking God damn it. Hold on.
I think for me, new guy, it's more of if somebody upsets me, as opposed to like just because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think to have like thoughts then come out of nowhere is like a sun thing for the most part.
Yeah, maybe so
Yeah.
because, man, dude, earlier this week, man, this one young Hispanic almost crashed into me. Man, I was already having a bad day. If he would have hit me, dude, I would have had to really restrain myself from fucking him up.
Yeah. I agree. That's how I feel it. But I'm very good at avoiding those situations. It's just not normal for me to like really feel like I need to
Yeah,
hit
those
somebody.
impulsive thoughts.
Like I need to be. I'd have to be hit first, I think, in order to really think I had to hurt somebody.
Yeah. So what do you mean? Can you elaborate for us? What you mean by like?
What I'm talking about is like just a thought that comes in a moment and it may be antisocial, and then you have to like sometimes you can just dismiss it, or sometimes you have to fight against it. Like just to be like you just want to maybe punch somebody, or and I'm not sure, and I know that people have these thoughts. We hear about it all the time, intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not the only one who has it, but I what I'm saying is that like as a it can't it is a thing. He lost that battle. Now you know what I mean? It is a thing. People have those thoughts. They just wanna hurt
Yeah, everybody does. I mean, we see stories of glider men doing shit like that, antisocial shit like that on burritos. Everybody does, right?
It's just the
that again.
distribution. It's the proportionality that is.
Yeah, it's just
different.
that. Yeah, for sure. Just
It's
something
like,
just out the rector.
Look at these white guys standing right here. It's a bunch of white guys on this train. And listen, I understand. Like I understand the cucking. We talk about it all the time, so I get it.
But don't North Carolina, don't they have like
know.
carry? Like what's it called? Constitutional carry?
I'm not sure what the laws down there is right now. Salute to my man Savage Red, man. Savage Red is in the building. Shout out to Savage Red, man.
Hats off.
Let me see. You said constitutional carry.
Yeah, I mean, no one had a pistol on them. If you got a pistol on there and you see that now, you should maybe do something,
No,
Yeah, but-
constitutional carry, they do not have that.
But hold on.
You know what Mossy did? Too bad Mossy wasn't there.
You have to have a permit.
But even if they do, maybe in this one particular context, a glider could have shot this dude in the back and been a hero, right? But
I don't know.
you have to deal with the average situation. And now if you're arming guns or sons with guns, it just makes the overall heat.
No, I've been clear about that. I'm against that, right? Because of what you just said. However, I didn't know if they had it or not. And if they had it, even if they don't, I'm sure people got guns in North Carolina, right? From what I understand. But I guess that's neither here nor there.
Well, did she even like scream? Because it seems literally nobody even noticed, like at all. So it is like an uncanny situation.
Right.
Like four people sitting like next to them, like within two.
It feels like I think I saw that they thought maybe he was just punching her, and then at some point they started to see blood dripping, and they realized that he was stabbing her after.
Yeah, that could have been the thing too. Yeah, like he just punched her, ain't no big deal. I've seen that before.
Right.
Look at him, yo. He's been in trouble all his fucking life, man. He served 5 years for a 2014 armed robbery and was released in September of 2020. When he quickly resumed his life of crime.
He came out right in time for the George Floyd.
He might have gotten out because of that. Who knows? But
right.
Look at this girl, man. That girl's fucking hot, man.
Man, the fact that he's still breathing is unacceptable, man. It's just frustrating, man. It just sucks that we're supposed to ignore this unfortunate reality.
Sadly, Irina, is it Irina? Irina. Sadly, Irina assumed she'd be safe on the train because in her home of Kyiv, with a population of 3 million, everyone pays the fare, and criminals who don't are arrested in jail.
Right, man. I've been seeing videos of people in in Korea and Japan in their public transportation, and they're like stunned at how
incredible.
It's so clean. Like I was watching one where the seats were like suede, right? Could you imagine suede in New York City? How disgusting it would be.
There's no communal, like in China, in East Asian countries. There's a conformity, right? So they all conform to a social standard, right? And they all your social standing is based on how you behave according to that. And they also have the DNA too, where they're naturally insular people. They're like into themselves. They don't take up a lot of space. They don't make wild gesticular movements.
They seem obedient.
They don't speak out loud. Like
right.
As a Sun Man, like if I hear Sun Man rapping lyrics loud on a train, that's nothing to me. Or some Sun Man talking about like personal business. I'm talking about like sexual or bills or
having a mental episode,
crime, or some assault on the telephone,
right?
On the train where everyone can hear. That's normal to me.
Look,
in an East Asian culture, just to be like for your boss to call you and you be like, yes, yes, that would be like you would be like seen as some kind of pariah. You know what I mean?
Right. Man, if I was to get on the red line, right, and I did not hear a Sun word doing him, I'd be like, man, what's going on? Like, am I about to, am I in some reality TV show? Is Kutcher about to pop out on me?
Yeah,
it'd be weird. It'd be weird to not hear Sun word doing him.
Yeah, they gotta we have different
customs, different mannerisms,
glandular responses to stimuli. You know what I mean? Like Suns, we more likely to express ourselves with movement and sound than of course the East Asian would. And then whites, I guess, are somewhere in the middle. Like even whites, they don't express themselves with Like suns take up a lot of space. The way a sun man walks down the street, it's a maybe a slight zigzag. His arms are, swinging more.
You're not wrong.
His shoulders are bopping more. Like it's more of a, we take up more space, in public settings than now. Here's the thing though. In the Belgium, Congo, they didn't do that. They have that problem. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about suns though, we external, like our morality is external. So external pressures can have a great influence on our behavior. Without those external pressures, our behavior is almost like just untamed. It's like electricity. Electricity is everywhere, but the white man learned how to harness it.
Right,
Yeah,
it's
they learn
controlled.
how to harness electricity within these wires and all this stuff. He learned how to take it from being everywhere to putting it here.
On,
You can use
off.
it. Some men are like that. Like our behavior is just wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you put the screws on us, we will behave.
They're able to behave.
Because if you look at anywhere, like look at Arabia, look at the suns in Arabia, look at the suns in a lot of these African countries,
like the Muslim sons,
where the sun man dictator has ruled for 50 years with an iron fist. You know what I mean? And those sons, even though they may have, dirt paved roads, and a lot of them live in fucking shanty tenements and shit like that,
and huts,
they behave. They behave
as best they could anyway, right?
No, they don't. That sun man's been in power for 50 years, and he ain't got a scratch on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's no police brutality claims. There's no talking about any of that shit because, yeah, they'll do their little shit amongst each other, but they respect the government. They respect the law of the land because, and I think a lot of that, like a lot of what Trump's doing right now in D.C. and talking about doing in Chicago, is what has worked. If you look everywhere, sons, all of their societies, even Haiti, Papa Doc in Haiti, are dictatorships. That's the only way to govern sons. You can't govern sons with a democracy. You can't govern sons with a society where everybody has a say and where you take surveys for, hey, we're thinking about doing this thing. Everyone, even the homeless bum right there, this fucking dumbass idiot bitch over there, everyone, your opinions are equal. And we want everyone's opinion about this thing we're about to do. No, you can't do that with sons. You have to have a strong man make a fucking decision and move on it. And that's how all son societies are. Every son society is like that. If you look at Africa, if you look at Haiti, if you look at anywhere we are, if you look at the hood, the fucking local D-boy or the fucking local OG, he ain't fucking taking no fucking surveys when he about to do something. He just does it.
The local warlord.
Yeah, the local warlord in whatever village. He not gonna ask every fucking body, hey, everybody, here's a ballot. All of you guys tell us what you want to do, and whoever has the most, whichever side has the most, that's what we'll do. No, fuck no. He just fucking does what he wants to do. He keeps firm, strong hand, and that's what sons love that. If you look at DC right now, a perfect example. And Chicago will shape up too. Chicago will shape up too. Those niggas in Chicago, everybody think they so tough and they so bad and this, that, and the third. If Trump go in there the same way with the same force, those niggas will shape up too. They will shape up too. Yes, will there be murders? Of course. But will that shit like go down like insanely? Yes. Would it be almost unbelievable how much the drop in violent crime is? Yes. Because Sunmen need firm and immediate consequences. You can't take a Sunman, lock him up, give him a court date for 3 months later, and then like have a fucking status hearing, and then a trial, and then this, that, then a year later, you're like, hey, you get we'll send you to jail for 6 years for this, for the thing you did last year. No, you got to take that Sunman that day and give him his penalty that day. And everybody's different. That's why multicultural societies don't work. That's why multicultural societies don't work, because everybody, all the cultures and all the DNAs are different.
Yeah, America is in particular, America is a very interesting place, Chief. America hasn't been around that long compared to other, historic nations. It's a weird place the way, and it's kind of how the way you put it right now.
It's multicultural, man. Salute to Reese, man. Reese, shout out to Reese, man.
Yo, I put a story in the back chat. I think you're gonna like it. Put them Beatles on the board. It's pretty sad.
Oh wow. Wow, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later on, man. I'm okay. I got you. Yeah, no, I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, we get to we did that. We did that yesterday.
Oh, you did?
That's what yesterday's show was about.
Was it?
Yeah. I dropped the video. I dropped the video today. I cut it up and dropped the video today about it. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but let's get to what's her name? Dakara Thompson. Yeah. That we went in on that. We went all the way in on that. Yeah. This one says she escaped the war in Ukraine seeking safety. Irina Zadrutska was butchered on a Charlotte train. Where's the outrage? I think people are pissed off about this one. I think this one right here, this is another one where this is another one where
that's fucking hilarious.
Oh shit!
Aren't they trying to lock her up? I mean,
yeah,
oh my
God.
God.
They're definitely trying. They charged her. He's already been charged. But it's not nothing. She'll get locked up with her criminal record, her prior criminal record. She won't. She'll probably get probation for that.
Right. So you think people are outraged about this incident?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. This was trending under Charlotte.
Yeah, this came out quickly.
Yeah.
Like once this video was dropped, it's all over the place immediately.
Yeah, you gotta understand. It was 2 weeks ago when we covered it here. That night, it was like one night I forgot, but we covered it for a while here, like an hour or so, and didn't hear nothing else about it until today.
The video didn't drop at that point.
Yeah,
it dropped today or yesterday, right?
Yeah, this video.
It was just his mugshot. Yeah, his mugshot was out though.
Well, people were mad about Austin Metcalf, and and look how that's going.
Well, I mean, that had to die down because the trial, like the people are waiting for the trial. Once the trial starts, then it ramp back up. People
and then what?
Can't just be outraged about stuff. Like there's steps to it. Like
I feel you. I feel okay. So they're gonna be outraged when the trial comes out, and then what?
And then like whatever happens, like you're gonna be outraged about that.
Yeah, and then wait for the next Gator Queen to get mauled by her brother, and then whatever.
At the end of the day, there's only so much that can be done. What's up, Reese?
Man, more needs to be done, man.
Oh, definitely. Reese, what do you think about this beautiful white queen, man?
I rewinded the show and watched it when you first showed the story. That is crazy, yo. That, like, she didn't even have a chance to defend herself or try anything.
Do you have intrusive thoughts, Reese?
All the time, bro.
Yeah. Yo, but what does that look like, though, Reese? Because I'm still trying to understand what that looks like.
Watch this. Watch this. Listen to this. This is my trip to work every day for the past 5 years. I get on the bus in the bus station in Camden, then get the train over the bridge to Philly, and stop. And I land at 8th and Market. I know y'all don't know what that is, but there's young boys and stuff going on at every train stop in Philly. Then I got to catch the train to Broad and Albany. That's been on this show several times. And then my job is in Germantown. I get off the bus in Germantown. So every day, every morning, to and from work, all I see is niggas doing dumb shit and bumping me in the store and mean mugging and all this other dumb shit for 5 years, dog.
Damn.
And I have
How long is that commute, bro?
Every day. Every day.
How long is your commute?
Huh?
How long is your commute?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
So what about these intrusive thoughts, though? Like, what does that look like?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think about killing people all the time, and have been for decades.
But because they piss you off, though, right? Or just because?
Yeah. I really think like the world should be a certain way, and if I was king, there'd be some problems, bro.
Yeah, I think about killing people all the time too, and I don't know if that's a new guy. I don't know if that's a Sun Man thing, but like.
Definitely.
I'm sure that a white guy who thinks about that is probably presents differently. So like
that's also true for
like,
sure.
Like a white guy with a low IQ, a white guy with an IQ of 60 presents like a fucking retard, right?
Yeah.
A black guy with an IQ of 60 can have his own talk show. He could
exactly.
He could be the fucking governor. You know what I'm saying? Because we have other abilities that can usurp that low IQ. Like a Sun Man has the natural gregariousness, natural what do you call
outgoing.
it?
They like to talk, be life of the party.
Outgoing.
And then it's like the low expectations for the brothers on top of that.
Well, yeah, you have that too, but you also have you also have the ability to like the cunningness to like a Sun Man can make it through systems just off guile and cunning. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like ways you talk about like school and you know what I'm saying, like we can just mojo our way through certain shit, right?
Charismatic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and so a Sun Man with an IQ of 60 presents much different than a glider with the IQ of 60, and I'm sure a Sun Man with intrusive thoughts presents a lot different than a white guy with intrusive thoughts. Whereas the white guy would probably just be kind of like a slave, like as far as like he might just be like weird, whereas the Sun Man would appear normal.
Well, yeah, you don't have to deal with like the emotional and like anxiety baggages that would come with it.
Yeah, like the white guy would feel guilty about feeling those thoughts.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like with me, yeah. Like I man, listen, man. Like just like Reese said, I think about killing people. Or a Sun Man give me a certain look, a dirty look. I feel like I want to kill him. It's just
that's
weird.
A fact, yo.
It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Or a Sun Man, like it doesn't take much for me to start thinking about murder. And one thing I realized over the years, I don't know if this is you too, Reese, is that a lot of the times when I think about murder is because I know the other niggas thinking about it.
My thing is, I'm wondering, like, remember, I was light skinned in the 80s, dog. It was a hard time. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, why has this
get out of here, man? You niggas been doing well. I don't believe that. I was around in the 80s. I wasn't a teenager, but you niggas was doing all right, man. Y'all doing well.
You talking about Wesley Snipes?
I mean, look, with chicks and white people, we get by, but the brothers don't like us, bro. They didn't like us back then. It was very, very, very hard, bro. Very hard.
Really?
I don't even know how many fights I've been in. I don't even know.
Do you have now? Here's the thing, Reese. I think a lot of times light-skinned dudes think that certain things are because they're light-skinned, and there may be something else that could attribute to it. The same thing with black people always thinking it's racism. I think that because I'm black. I lived around like my stepfather's light skinned. My brother is light skinned. It's light skinned people all throughout my family. My aunt, my mom's sister, she's a mulatto. And it's just like I get I see more like light skinned people were favored. You know what I'm saying? As far as when it comes to beauty and looks. So I think that yes, when you're favored because of beauty and looks and you're given a certain status as far as beauty and looks, which everyone wants, because everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to think they hot shit. If you are part of the class that gets that, you know what I'm saying? There is going to be some kind of, jealousy and backlash against that. That's just natural, don't you think?
All right, look, I'm gonna share this with you. So I used to wear dark shades when I was out at the bar and out and about to do social experiments, right? Because when you have on dark shades, you can watch everyone else's eyes, and they can't see yours. So they're not 100% sure if you're looking at them or not. And I would sit around the bar and I would notice that all the chicks are checking me out. They keep doing it over and over again. Look up, look over, look up. And I would watch niggas watch the chicks watching me, and I would watch their facial expressions afterward, dog. And I'm never ever wrong, ever.
But Reese, here's another thing too that I also noticed too. Like, maybe you're handsome. What if you were a light-skinned dude that was ugly? Like, you ever think about that? Like, I know some light-skinned dudes that they wasn't popping.
Yeah. Light skin doesn't automatically make you. I know some horrible looking light skinned people.
So you're tall, right?
6'3".
So you're 6'3". You're handsome.
And I've got broad shoulders and walk like a ball player. Remember, the tough guys stole the ball player walk. That's our walk.
Right. But what I'm saying, Reese, is like a lot of, like, for instance, with light-skinned girls, right? Yeah, light-skinned girls are favored over dark-skinned girls. There's no question about it, right? But there are there's a lot of light-skinned girls that don't get any attention and no one talks about them. It's the pretty light-skinned girls that get all the attention. It's usually the pretty light-skinned girls.
Light-skinned chicks that ain't even that hot in the face get attention, man.
Right, they get more attention than their dark-skinned counterpart.
Yeah.
But they don't get as much attention. Like a average light-skinned chick get more attention than a hot dark-skinned chick. But the cream of the crop is the hot light-skinned chick.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's the same way with men. Like as a guy, I've never felt like I couldn't get a chick because I wasn't light-skinned.
Right.
I never felt that way. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell that story of victimhood, but the little dark-skinned niggas with the Caesars, they've been killing it. The short dark-skinned niggas with the dreads, been Lil Wayne, they've been killing it.
Yeah, they run the game now.
They've been killing it as long as I've been around, man. I ain't never seen a time where the dark-skinned dudes wasn't fucking out both pants legs and doing whatever they want.
Denzel kept him alive. Wesley Snipes, Luther, several people kept him relevant. They never had no drought. It's just like
Jordan.
Exactly. Jordan. Wasn't nobody wearing no bald head before Jordan.
Yeah, that's true, because the 80s, the 80s was Jerry curls and afros and shit, but
it was Wade.
Yeah, definitely. But like, even if you take it away from like superstars and mainstream people, because it's easier to see it just in your everyday life. Like, I just never felt like, oh man, I'm dark skinned in this. Well, I'm not actually dark skinned, I'm brown skinned, but damn, this I'm darker, you know what I'm saying? But this light skinned dude, man, damn, I like Boone Shika, but fuck, I'm dark skinned, so I ain't got a chance. I never ever felt like that. Ever. You know what I'm saying?
You weren't a teenager you weren't a teenager during that decade of darkness when it was real bad for light skinned dudes. You were probably like a little
the dark ages.
Yeah, I'm what, 78. So I was
okay.
Yeah.
You saw some of it then.
Yeah, I mean, it just all I remember is like, look, the rap game came about, and you had fucking LL Cool J was a bad motherfucker, and he wasn't like no pushover. Motherfucking Heavy D,
Muhammad Ali.
I wouldn't even consider Muhammad Ali necessarily light skinned.
Oh, he's lighter than I am.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. But like, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, like, I just never felt that. I never felt that. I always knew that light skinned people and dark skinned people, there was a difference between them. But also another thing too, like when you light skinned and you got nappy hair, you got nappy hair.
Yeah, I got 4C hair, but I rocked the curly fro all my life. So it was like,
okay, so like when you light skinned with nappy hair,
yeah,
it's a difference than being a light skinned person with straight hair.
That is a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you got more of that African DNA. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got, when you got straight hair, you got more of the glider DNA. When you got the nappy hair, it's like the African DNA won the battle between your parents. And I know this one thing about them niggas with the TIs and shit, the motherfucking niggas with the fucking nappy hair, Russell Westbrooks and shit.
Oh man,
really
Kevin Durant.
But ain't really too much difference with them and dark skinned niggas. Ain't really too much difference between a light skinned nigga with nappy ass with 4C hair and a dark skinned nigga.
Yeah, that's true.
Ain't really too much different. I mean, it may be societal difference, but as far as at the core, it ain't really too much difference.
I got light brown eyes too. That shit caused me a lot of problems over the years.
Oh yeah, definitely. That definitely gonna be definitely.
Yeah, if you got one of those things, the curly hair or light brown eyes, you're, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, as far as the intrusive thoughts, yeah, I have those all the time. I want to kill niggas all the time, man, and I understand why so many niggas get killed. Because,
now you made a good,
you know, but
you made a good point about that earlier. That you got my attention when you said one of the reasons for it is that you know what the other son man is thinking, right?
Yeah, you know, a slight interaction with a son man can lead to something that 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 can lead to death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, a slight, like, it don't have to be like, if you a son man and you like me or Reese and you've been through the ringer, you know where a slight thing can go. You can see every step of the take down that to somebody losing their life.
Yeah, and I feel like Reese would agree with that. Just hearing him talk about his experience. Would you agree with that, Reese? What he just said?
Yeah, 100%, yo, 100%.
It don't
I've been cased up quite a few times. I just got caught one time. You know what I'm saying? Like I only lost once.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a lot of shit back in the day, man. A lot of, like, so much so that I'll tell you like this: the FBI ran down on my whole family when my brother got killed.
Mm-hmm.
They ran down on my mom, my baby mom, and me at the same time. I let them in my house. I made coffee for them and everything. Talked to these men for like 10 minutes, and they told me leave Philadelphia. Period. Cut and dry. That's how deep I was into the shit, dog.
Yeah.
And I was pulled in. I was pulled in.
Did you end up leaving? Did you end up leaving?
Yeah, I listened to the FBI. I left when they told me to. I knew I had respect for them because at that time in early 90s, they were really, really cleaning up the streets in America. And when I went to federal prison, everybody was there. Everybody who was getting money in America was there.
Damn.
They got everybody, dog. Maybe like 1 or 2 niggas from each city slipped through the cracks, retired or whatever because they saw what was going on. But they were nice with it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You said back in the day you had the Impala and Dubs, right? If I remember correctly, or I'm wrong.
No, I had a muscle car with some type of Oldsmobile or something. I don't even remember what it was. I bought it off somebody. I didn't know what I was getting into. It was a fly-ass muscle car, a good deal. Somebody convinced me to buy it. And I got popular off that car. People liked it. Loud as shit.
Support the channel. Take the $5 challenge. If you're enjoying the show, take the $5 challenge. We Ock Nation, only way we see profit is off of viewers like you. The only way we see support is from viewers like you. We don't get anything from YouTube, nothing. Salute to you guys. Let me just go ahead and get into the regular news now, man.
Real quick, Ock, if you don't mind, Reese, what do you think about what me and Ock were talking about earlier with the situation when the train, right? Where it seems the brothers attacking all these glider queens seems kind of like it has a sexual element to it.
I don't know, man. It's that's been happening a long time, man.
Right, and it's been a sexual element for a long time.
It's been happening a long time.
White chicks get mollywopped over here all the time. It all always
right, but the point that at least I'm making is it just the pattern seems to denote some kind of sexual gratification from it, bro.
You know what? That's to ask somebody who's not into that is I don't know what to say. You got to find you got to go to a prison and visit somebody and ask them that did that. You know what I mean?
I mean, they consistently, bro, do it.
I'll get you. Gift the child.
It is. I'm sure it is though. Being someone who hasn't done that, hasn't just beat the shit out of.
I'm thinking if you're a thief, right? The white woman is the easiest victim. There ain't no kids out at night. You know what I mean? So
all women.
Nah. White sisters, nah.
Well, yeah, except our women, except the sisters, would be easy targets, right? There's even sisters that would be easy targets, right? Not all sisters. A lot of them are, but not all of them are.
You know what? You know what though? Here's the thing: a sister, even though a sister can probably fight a little better, has a little bit more testosterone than a white woman, they still don't have anywhere near the testosterone of a man, right?
Sister,
yeah.
How bad?
No, I'm saying we could all overpower a sister easily, right? The thing with a sister is that her testosterone expresses in more ways than just physical strength. It expresses in just the aura. If you could choose, if somebody was like, hey man, $1,000, but here's a white woman, here's a black woman. You gotta put one of these women to sleep. Most women, I think almost every man on earth would choose the white woman.
Yeah, obviously,
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Even though the sister is nowhere near in strength to a man,
right.
It's just the fact that that dainty white woman, she's gonna scream, she's gonna curl up. That sister's gonna fight you. That white woman gonna curl up in a fetal position and try to you know what I mean? It's just gonna be a different reaction.
The sister's gonna square up and get into her boxing stance, even if you have a knife or something.
Yo, and she'll put up a good fight too, man. I've seen videos of them, like I told you.
Yeah, but they can't handle it. They can't handle a punch to the chest.
You're more likely to get scratched and have some of your DNA under her nails.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro,
I was gonna say that.
Bro, I told you I seen a video of a son man snatching the purse of a sister. She hogs him down and beats his ass and holds him down for the cop. And it was a regular looking. It wasn't a big sister.
Yeah, it's just their aura. Their energy is they have more of if you have a predatory mind
Yeah, that
and
makes sense.
you have a choice, because predators are like bullies. They
Easy.
want the easiest thing. They don't want to, the hard.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
want the easy thing.
It kind of correlates with the elderly, how they attack the elderly regularly.
Yeah, it's just like if you're a predator, your predator mind's gonna be like, yeah, let me get this white woman. This is right here from what year is this? 1926.
A long time ago, 100 years ago.
Negro women, not whites, need protection, says white woman in answer to charge that Negroes molest women of her race.
Wow.
Wow.
New York, October 10th, in response to a letter which recently appeared in the Herald Tribune of this city, in which Southern white women charged that white women in the South, because of Negroes, hold on, time out.
They even got artistic depictions. That's crazy.
Yeah, because this beating of white women. White women have always been publicly getting their ass kicked by black men for eons. But it says, I'm trying to, it doesn't have the whole article, but it says basically that, there was a big deal about it. Oh, here it goes, right here. Here it is. Here it goes. In response to a letter which recently appeared in the Herald Tribune of this city, in which a Southern white woman charged that white women in the South, because of Negroes, feared to go out alone.
Wow.
This is 1926. So anybody trying to act like, oh, this is no. 100 years ago, white women in the South, in the racist South, where the South is so racist, white women feared going out alone because of Negroes. Miss Carrie Bartlett has written the following pertinent letter to the editor of the Herald Tribune. She says, my attention has been called to the statement made by Thalia Cudlip in your issue of September 11th that white women in the South dare not go unarmed out of calling distance from their homes for fear of Negro attack. I am a white woman. Yeah, like where somebody can hear you scream.
Damn.
Says, I am a white woman. I have spent 12 years in the South and should like to give a little personal experience that bears on the subject. 9 of the 12 years spent. Oh, shit.
Damn.
Hold on, man. What the fuck did I just do? What did I just do? I don't even know what the fuck I just did. Hold on. Let me see something.
We don't know.
All right, here we go. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Yeah, here we go. It says, I'm trying to enlarge it. Pause. This one says, 9. She says 9 of the 12 years were spent in Miller County in the southwestern corner of Arkansas, 6 miles from Texarkana. Here, I taught in 3 different rural schools and was acquainted with the families of my pupils in each of 3 districts. As a good teacher should, I tried to know these people thoroughly and to be in harmony with them. Their ideas in regard to Negro people, I accepted very readily, realizing that I had no personal knowledge of them. Yet, I frequently walked a mile or more unarmed and unescorted along country roads without any fear whatever of Negro attack. And I know that the women of these Southern white families with whom I was acquainted did the same thing. More recently, I lived for 3 years in Asheville, North Carolina. Here I began trying to understand the Negro people, interested as any thoughtful person who thinks on the subject at all must be, and the great progress these people have made in a very few years of indifferent opportunity. I made the acquaintance of the secretary of the colored branch of the YMCA and of the editor of the local colored newspaper. I was informed of concerts and lectures given by and for colored people, and sometimes attended them alone and without fear. Moreover, my friends, white women in the South, knew that I did so and had no fear for me. Some of these entertainments were held in the auditorium of the colored YMCA down Colored Eagle Street. Some in the auditorium of Stevens, Lee, and Colored High School, up on a very pretty hill, but in a colored and consequently unpaved and poorly lighted district, a spot inaccessible on a rainy night to a car or taxi. I remember one such night when I was obliged to inquire the way, and Negro people who did not know me courteously piloted me through mud and darkness. Colored women fear the white men. I never received from a Negro man or woman anything but the most perfectly courteous treatment. But I learned from the colored maids of the friends with whom I was living of a situation for which I wish we might find a remedy. These colored women are afraid to go onto the streets alone after dark for fear of attack by white men. Most of the maids in Asheville go home at night. They heave that they do not have a good police protection, as do white women. And for mutual protection, get together and go home in groups. It seems to me that it is the colored, not white women in the South for whose safety we should be concerned. So this Jewish woman wrote this long letter to the paper about this. sound like some Jewish woman probably wrote that, you know. Because she was going around. If you look at the people she was dealing with, the YMCA and the editor of the black newspaper, that's not the type of black people that's going to attack you, dumbass. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just interesting with this article that this was a deal. This was a conversation 100 years ago that, you know, white women in the South were scared to go out at night and be out of like shouting distance because Negro attacks. A 100 years ago.
It kind of puts the Emmett Till incident into perspective.
Yo, shouting distance is like a half a block.
Yeah. Salute to Pamela Henderson. Yeah, like no, shouting distance is more than a half of a block. A woman's shriek, scream,
right?
Probably, you know what I'm saying? Especially in those days when it's not like buzzing,
all buildings everywhere and shit.
Cars and shit. Yeah, it's like yeah, you can hear a woman scream. Yeah, so a white woman leaving the house at night was thinking about a nigga. That's crazy. You would think that would be the last thing on her mind because, you know, her racist Klansmen men had already, you know, sent the message that, hey, man, that's a no-go.
If you let the hoteps tell it, that's what the impression you get. Apparently, yet again, wrong.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane.
But don't forget that one son, man, he was a cool dude that came on last time and said he don't believe this article because back then they were racist, so they were lying. Remember he said that?
Yeah, this is crazy. These stories right here. Wow. these stories that Hezekiah. I wonder if he what he thinks about these, man. I would love to know what he thinks about these stories. Because he's been putting a lot of these up lately. Of a lot of these stories that would don't look at this. Elvis Presley likes kissing Negro girls.
Damn.
This is 1957 in the Louisville Defender. According to Ann Nichols, who left Tijuana, Mexico last week for Mexico City night spots, Elvis Presley is not the idol among Mexican teenagers anymore. A report, as yet unproven, was circulated there that he said he would rather kiss one Negro girl than 3 Mexican ones. Anne hurriedly cut out her imitation of Elvis she had added to her acts. That's crazy. Elvis was into sisters.
Who would have thought?
That's not really shocking, is it? I mean, that's not shocking at all.
I mean, it's 1957.
Yeah, but the way he would like carry himself, the way he would dance, that was a sun man, man. That was a sun man, damn it.
Yeah, but just because you like black culture doesn't mean you like black women. Like, I mean, you can.
That's true.
He took a lot. He took a lot from black acts. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he like they got his whole shit was stolen from this black dude. I forgot his name. We might get into that. It's this black artist that Elvis Presley took his entire voice, all that shit.
The movement.
This black guy.
He stole from Little Richard too.
Yeah, but it's not Little Richard. This other black guy is another black guy.
Now I wonder, Ike, if Hezekiah thinks how we do, or what his angle is. You know what I mean? Like you know how the gun memorial, right? The way we shoot the gun memorial, we see it here how we see it. But the guy that made it, remember, he's a liberal.
Yeah,
he made it to expose the
how evil white people are for making a system that black people got to kill themselves in.
Right, and then the gun problems and whatnot. But here we don't see it that way. We see it as it's showing us the dilemma that some people are facing.
Yeah.
Which is other some people.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
but
wonder what his angle is.
Elvis like kissing sisters, man.
Some brown sugar, Memphis.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. I would have never figured that. And that's written in that time, so it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like some nigga just spouting off. Like that was a topic at the time. That's why I like these old stories, man, and these old documentaries, because this is what the people were talking about in the day, and that means more than somebody telling me something now about what they were talking about in the day.
Back in my day, we had a village.
Yeah, right. Back in my day, I had to walk 700 miles to school barefoot. This one says, "Damn, fuck. Why can't
I don't think nobody walks to school barefooted ever."
Yo, I real quick, man. Matter of fact, I was talking to an older sister the other day, right? Very nice lady, right? But she fixed her face to tell me that back in the day, kids had respect, right? She was going on about it, right? And she tells me she grew up in the Robert Taylor homes. The Robert Taylor, dangerous as fuck. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Here go another statement from Elvis Presley. Statement attributed to Elvis Presley wasn't his. This is not a pitch for music fans of either hue to buy or reject Elvis Presley record recordings. It's merely an effort to set the record straight and give lie to a vicious rumor making the rounds here. Some weeks ago, a phone call came from a person identifying herself as a teenager and asking, "Is it true that Elvis Presley said that all colored people could do for him is shine his shoes and buy his recordings?" The teenager said she had been told by a school chum that such a remark had been made by Presley on a television interview. Checks with local TV outlets and their network affiliations showed that the young hydraulic pelvis singer, Jesus Christ. The young hydraulic pelvis singer had not been subject of a recent interview through their facilities. Another caller said he had been informed that the statement attributed to Presley had been published in a national magazine. Word by word, checks of magazines of the kind referred to reveal no such statement. In the interim, radio stations and TV outlets were bombarded with the question, did Elvis say that? Persons at the places in turn contacted the Journal and guide for confirmation or denial of the report. In addition, the managers of at least two Church Street record shops, Frankie and Pearl, told the Guide that they had been questioned about the Elvis Presley rumor and asked for the truth in the matter. The result of the Guide's NAACP attitude. And the facts themselves defy the belief that Presley is a Negrophobe, regardless of what else he may or may not be. Unheralded and unannounced, he has appeared on shows staged for the benefit of colored institutions. He has joined colored stars on stage at theaters and performed with them in a jovial and hall-fellow well-met manner. And he has publicly expressed his appreciation for the part that tan guitar singer B.B. King played in his career. The pelvis admits that his style was fashioned from King's. Those then are the facts. The rumor is wrong. Elvis is not necessarily a hound dog. So basically, they saying that the rumor was all lies. He never said that. Because I heard that. Haven't you heard that, Reese?
I don't remember that one, man.
I heard that. I heard black people say that, like, in my lifetime. Like, they were like, Elvis is racist. He said all black people can do is shine their shoes and buy his records. I've heard that.
Damn. I've heard he was a racist, but I didn't know exactly why. I never heard anybody say that.
Yeah,
I just don't remember.
It's just a damn shit how black people, they have to make you racist. Like,
Yeah.
you either have to be racist or you got to be black. Like, see, Elvis, it would have been like, oh, he 1/8 black, or he an octoroon, or he racist. Them like the only two things niggas can do. That's crazy, man.
One thing about niggas, they put you where they decide you should be.
Yeah, and it don't matter. And they don't care about proof. Like, as I told you, I heard this rumor in my lifetime from old people. So it's like it was dispelled. They couldn't find a recording. They said he said it on the radio. They looked back to all the radio interviews. They didn't find it. Then they said, no, he said it in a magazine article. They looked at all the magazine articles. He never said it. And niggas, it doesn't matter. This is what I wish white people would have known even then. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters with black folk. We don't care.
You can't negotiate with them. They're not like gliders in that way.
Yeah, we don't care. But if you look at even African societies, you can see how steeped in like tradition and like just olden times they are. Like they never really mature at the rate that other societies should mature in. So it's like black people aren't good at turning the page or new information. Like hearing something new, being like, "Hey, man, look, that ain't that. Well, the way you've been doing it is wrong all along." It'll take black people thousands of years, where it'll take another society maybe a week to turn course. You know what I mean? They're not good at turning course, at making an about face. That's crazy. Just like with slavery, how they said, the African chiefs was mad when the white man was like, we abolished slavery. African chiefs was like, nah, man, they was come get these slaves. They was trying to make the white man buy the slave.
I never heard that story either.
You didn't? Oh, the English, the English. You heard that, right? New guy when the English abolished slavery.
Well, they were like the first to do it, right? Like they were spearheading that in the West. And but yeah, if you tell a black person that, they'll tell you to fuck off. Like they don't care.
Yeah, they fought the UK fought them.
Yeah.
They went to war. France.
No, but don't tell a son that and expect it to
Hey, y'all
mean
want to hear some
anything.
wild shit? I don't even think the Atlantic slave trade ever happened.
Yeah, that's wild. That's really wild. That's a bridge too far for me. But that's some hotep shit.
Yeah, do you believe it was like the indigenous, what they call it, the Britannian shit race or what?
I don't believe nothing any book says of this entire planet.
So
I
then
think
what?
the printing press was invented to deceive mankind, and I don't think any of history is true. Not one word of it.
So how do you think some people are here in this continent?
That's a mystery. I don't have the answers to that.
I accept that. I that's at least that's better than the hoteps, the other hoteps where they know every damn thing.
Yeah.
This
See,
one says. Go
I
ahead.
prefer the Pretendian angle.
This one says. This one says 1949. Klan attacks white woman, warns Catholics and Negroes. Birmingham, in a wave of terror unprecedented in recent years for its boldness. Hooded members of the Ku Klux Klan Saturday beat a white woman and threatened to burn her at the stake, then raided a white cafe. Purpose of the night riding masked men seemed to be to issue warnings to keep those colored men down. And we're tired of Catholics running this town. The open terrorism was blamed by the local NAACP officials on failure of the police to curb earlier assaults by lawless white mobs on Negroes involved in a zoning war. Last Friday night, about 20 hooded and robed men smashed their way into the home of 42-year-old Mrs. Hugh McDaniel. They struck her and threatened to burn her at the stake.
Damn.
The men left a fiery cross burning in the front yard of her home. Asked why she was attacked, Jesus Christ. Why does it do that every time I fucking try to make it larger? I swear, man, this shit is crazy, man. This is YouTube, man. Well, yeah, they beat the shit out of that white lady, man. That's let me see something. That's crazy, man.
So
Make
what
sure
are all the groups that the Klan hate? Like
everybody
that's not them.
It looked like they hate Jews and Catholics. Catholics was hated, man, because Kennedy was the first Catholic president. And that was a big deal. That was a big deal.
Yeah, they hated the Italians and the Irish back then.
Yeah, that was a big thing that he was a Catholic and he became president of the United States. Yeah, they beat that white woman. They told that white woman, "Hey, man, you gotta keep these Negroes down, man." That's crazy.
Man, the glider queens can't catch a break.
Look at this nigga right here. He look like a rapper from the day, don't he?
He like a pimp.
Look at that jewelry on. That's some Fats Domino.
He looks like a minister.
That's what I said, pimp.
That watch would turn heads today. Damn.
I like the Jerry curl.
Looks a little feminine though.
Yeah, it does.
The conch. Some man used to walk around with the conch back in the days, man. That's crazy. Look at Ike and Tina.
Is that before or after he beat her ass?
He always beating her ass.
Yo, I saw that they put up a picture on Hezekiah of in the year 1900, some man shooting dice. Did you see that one?
Nah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Wow, look at this.
Damn.
1912 in the Baltimore Sun. Attacked by a Negro, girl about 14 years old while she was on her way to the grocery for her mother. Catherine Brandt, 10 years old, of 10 Memphis Lane, South Baltimore, had a satchel containing $1.50 forcibly taken from her. The girl was walking on Bentaloo Street near Frederick Avenue when a Negro girl approached her. "Give me that satchel," demanded the Negro girl. But little Catherine started to run away. "No, you don't," said the Negress.
Wow.
As she seized the handbag.
Negress.
So this is a little black girl stealing a little white girl's purse in 1912.
You know what I would love
history. I understand why you don't believe history is a lie, dog. But I don't think it's history. I think it's what we tell, what this generation has told us about history is a lie.
You know what I would love to do? I would love to find out who that little girl is in this story, and then trace her roots up to today and see what her family's doing right now.
The satchel stealer.
Yeah, I wonder.
Probably same shit.
That would be fascinating, yo.
That's crazy. Ran up on that little white girl. Was like, "Yo, give me that satchel." Just took her shit. Think about how comfortable you have to be to do that to another person of another race. You can't be like getting lynched and chased all around and be scared if you're doing that. You gotta be comfortable.
I believe this history right here.
Yeah, this is happening in real time. This is the article from the day. Thank God the white man got a written language, man. So they can record shit, man. Niggas ain't even had no written language.
I don't believe that.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. If you could show me one, man. I know Nigeria, we ain't have one. I know that. Nigga ain't have none.
I look at all the beautiful buildings around the world, and my mind kind of understands that the people who built those didn't have horses and gas lanterns. They had books, tech, and everything else. Better than what we have.
This one, 1883. My bad. 1883. The Thriftless Negro.
Wow.
A severe arraignment of the colored race.
Wow.
So this is oh, shit. In 1883 in the paper. From the Atlanta, Georgia Constitution, October 5th. The Negro has usually no foresight. He cannot lay off work, nor can he even divide out his supplies and make them hold out. They are well aware of this. One will ask, only a week at a time, mistress. You know we can't take care of things. A month's rations will only last 2 or 3 weeks. The fourth week is starvation. Ready money goes fast, like ready meat and bread. The rule is spend it if you have it. If you have a $50, spend it. If $5, spend it. A freed woman whose husband had joined the federal army and been killed drew a pension of over $800. Her old master went with her to a city and proposed to take care of it for her. She replied that he was not smart enough to get her money from her. He need not be afraid that she would be cheated. Let me read the rest up here. She returned in a few days with $10, a pair of gloves, and a wig. In old times, says General Toombs, an advertisement for the sale of a slave would read thus: for sale, one boy, 65 years of age, and it spoke the truth. The idea would bear dwelling on. The man never ceases to be a boy. The race is in its minority. Being so free with cash, we may be sure he will be still more so with credit. What he can buy on credit, he will buy at almost any price. Whenever an advance can be had from his employer, it is had. It takes a shrewd farmer to protect himself from being ahead in his advances at the end of the year. One compensation: the freedman has nothing from apprehension of the future. He has a childlike trust in it. Fortunately, he has no rent to pay, no fuel to buy on the farm. He is, however, wholly without comforts. An employer recently asked a freedman, "Where did you get your last blanket?" "You gave it to me, sir, before freedom," was the reply. "I have had one since." His bedstead is an accident. His bedding straw or cotton, and his clothes, old and new, for his body, a large part of his bedclothes. After his day's work, he feeds curries and water his mule. He feeds curries and waters his mule. Cuts wood, brings water, sings, dances, puts juba, and sleeps like a log, cheerful with little. He has his house, such as it is, and his fireside, little furniture, bedding, or crockery. But he generally has good health, a merry heart, not quite so merry as in olden times. The employer must take care and superintend, else the tenant will seldom thrive, often not make his rent. One great duty of the farmer is to keep the peace. Dr. Leland says his first duty to keep his temper. Says an intelligent planter. Fusses abound on the plantation, and the women are at the bottom of most of them. Mutual jealousies of each other's husbands, pigs and chickens occasionally.
Wow.
There are many excellent exceptions, of course, but we speak of the average character. The men are more polite, civil, and peaceable than the women.
That's hilarious.
Right. To other expenses, add liquor and tobacco, especially the latter. Then, if possible, the freedman has an old buggy. He will work all week in the sun, and on Sunday, ride to town or to church in his buggy. He carrying an umbrella and his wife a fan. The money at Christmas, if any is left, goes easy. A little trumpery for the wife.
Wow.
A fish, oysters, trinkets, anything that offer. Any price for anything. A Negro woman with $4 a month wages proposed to pledge her work for months ahead to buy a silk dress for her daughter. A woman with several children on like wages. Superstition causes their chief unhappiness. They are dreadfully afraid of being tricked. Some reports growing out of the Talkbury affair have caused widespread apprehensions among the Negroes. The idea prevails that 6 or 8 Negroes from each county are to be taken dead or alive for purposes of dissection.
God damn.
One would not think the trouble this story gives them a real penny. So, yeah, they always, what do you call it? Conspiracy theories and some coming to get them and shit. Yeah, that is a lot of what the black experience is now. The boogeymans and shit, you know.
What year is that?
This is 1883.
All right.
They said the women was worse than the men by far. Ain't that a bitch?
That's crazy, man.
Kevin Samuels, Tommy Sotomayor would love to hear that.
I'm surprised one of these red pill niggas ain't found this. And
that's crazy.
I got the receipt now. All I got to do is go back and.
Yeah, that is a receipt. That's a 100-year-old receipt.
I might be passing that around soon.
And like you said, like this is real, like real talk. No one here is lying. These are their truthful thoughts about the observations they made 100 years ago about racial differences.
Yep.
Dude, this is like almost 150 years ago.
Yeah. This is forever ago. Yeah, this is a long time.
This is your 4th, 5th grandmother.
But basically, that beautiful poem Ak just read could be summarized as low IQ, like for the most part. It's basically what it said.
This one says, this is 1882. Negro superstitions.
Uh-oh.
A correspondent of the Louisville, Kentucky Courier Journal summarizes some of the current superstitions of Kentucky Negroes. If a person passes through a funeral procession, he will die before the oldest one in it. That's crazy.
See, this shit right here is when someone like Charlie Kirk will argue like, oh, Haiti is like majority Christian, so we should want them in our society. Well, it's like, no, they're Christian in name, but really they're like that sun voodoo superstition fucking. That's how they feel and think.
This is part of this is more core to sun essence than religion, because the religion is external. These superstitions come from within.
Well, even that you could say is not even racially specific to Suns. Like every racial group is going to have their own flavor of Christianity or Islam or whatever. But this paragraph we're reading here is, the Sun baseline.
Wow. It says, if a dog lies on its back and howls, it presages an early death in the family.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. If the longest snake killed in a day's search be suspended from the tree nearest to a parched field, it will bring rain.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
If it be necessary to turn back after starting on an errand, the consequent bad luck may be averted by making a cross in the path with the left forefinger.
Wow.
A stutterer may be cured by creeping up behind him unawares and knocking him down with a raw beef tongue just taken from the beast by an unmarried butcher under 21.
This is not real. This ain't real, yo.
Jesus Christ. A bloody knife, a bottle of alcohol, and a bag of live lizards are an effective outfit for bewitching an enemy. But the intended victim is often warned of the danger by an owl's screech close to his cabin.
Insane.
The recipient of a poisonous snake's bite drinks a pint of whiskey and then, if sober enough, kills the first black chicken with white tail feathers he can find, picks the feathers out, and burns them.
This ain't real, man.
This is Kentucky. This is the Negroes in Kentucky.
Oh my God.
So the niggas in Tennessee probably had some different. Jesus Christ. Some of the bullshit.
I thought I was going to hear walking under a ladder, umbrella in the house, splitting the pole.
Those are the ones that survived. A lot of this stuff couldn't survive like the modern era with technology and medicine. They couldn't survive that. The ones that survived are the ones you just said that don't have anything to do with like medicine advancements or, you know, like, because once you find a cure for like snake venom, get a snake bite, drinking a pint of whiskey and then waking up and killing a black chicken with white feathers and burning the feathers, that can't survive time. I bet in the African tribe somewhere where there's no advancements, they probably still believe shit like that.
Oh yeah. African tribes are fascinating.
Yeah, they're backwards. It's like they're so backwards that it's like it's almost impossible to believe that you could be that backwards in 2025. And I've been to an African village. I stayed in an African village.
That's insane.
You know what I'm saying?
I've slept in the forest with indigenous people in Thailand and the Philippines, but not Africa.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they're similarly backwards, but yeah, Africans are backwards, man.
It was kind of odd going to a lake and seeing 200-300 naked people taking a bath all in the morning, kids, old people, and everything, all butt naked. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be crazy weird.
Got used to it though. Shit.
Did you take a bath in that?
Yeah, it was either that or you weren't washing your ass. You're in the forest, so you're going to wash up after you walk 10 miles.
Now tell me this: where do you get the water that you drink from the same one?
Say that again.
Do you get the water that you drink from the same river that you wash your ass in?
No, they got a water truck, off the side to the road, an army truck. But if you're deep in the forest, they give you pills that can purify stream water. Like you put it in a cup and then drop the pill in it, and it'll purify it.
Okay.
Mountain stream water is better than bottled spring water, though. By the way.
Wow, who was that? Glamour Mom. Soul Train dance, the 70s. Yikes.
Negro colony.
Rebels raid Negro colony. Both sides in Mexico engaged in campaign of destruction. Yes.
That's a long time ago.
This is what year is this?
1912.
Whew. Rebels raid Negro colony, both sides in Mexico. And make sure you hit the PayPal Cash App, support the channel. We haven't had anybody. Y'all been hearing all this shit for the last 2 hours, and nobody's supported the channel. Nobody. Y'all take this channel for granted, man. Nobody's supporting these stories. Exclusive. You got. I mean, I know they on Hezekiah channel, but y'all ain't gonna hear that shit. I wouldn't go to find that shit. Support the channel, man. Stop being what is it called? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Whatever, man. Whatever. Fuck it. Rebels raid Negro colony, man. It says both sides in Mexico engaged in campaign of destruction. Mexico City, December 22nd. A colony of American Negroes located 20 miles west of Durango is reported to have been attacked by a band of rebels. 2 of the defenders, according to the report, were wounded and a number of women mistreated. The rebels sacked the place. Mobilization of rebels in the state of Morelos continues, but according to arrivals here, the center of greatest activity on the part of the revolutionaries is today along Morelos state line. Lieutenant Colonel Rivero, the federal commander, is conducting a campaign of extermination in that district, in which no prisoners are taken and all wounded are shot to death on the field. Rivero's force as raising towns and isolated houses along. Jesus, what did these niggas do? Isolated houses along the wayside, where it is suspected that rebels have obtained either food or shelter, and the federal commander has adopted the plan of raising the house nearest the point where the railroad or telegraph lines have been found out. The railroad stations at Pastor, Atencingo, and Cutalixo near the Puebla Morelos state line have been burned by the rebels. 375 Indians captured in the hills of Oaxaca, together with 25 Zapatistas, have been sent north to join the federal ranks. The government officials and the Mexican press generally are minimizing the importance of the prospective American note. Okay, so niggas getting run up on in Mexico by
That's wild.
Mexicans.
The article don't get no reasoning though.
Yeah. It didn't say no reason. Like, what did them niggas do, man?
So the woke people could find that article and run with that like a lot of different ways.
Yeah, definitely. This is crazy, man. We gonna have to wow. Negroes 1889 formed Negro colonies in various Mexican states. Niggas had a plan. Niggas was scheming. Okay, this is probably the reason right here. The Secretary of Public Works of Mexico. Okay, I can't see the whole thing. Let me read it from up here. The Secretary of Public Works of Mexico has signed a contract with Messrs. Ferguson and Hill, colored delegates of the San Antonio, Texas, with the object of establishing colonies of Negro race immigrating from the United States in the states of Veracruz, Oaxaca, Guerrero, Michoacan, and San Luis, subject to the following considerations. Within the term of 3 years of undertaking, must have established at least 1,000 colonists. If the government is convinced that these colonists fulfill the conditions of industry requisite for this object in question, it will authorize the undertaking to introduce into the county 2,000 colonists more each year, so that in 10 years, the term of the concession, there may have been established 20,000 colonists. These colonies will be established on property belonging to private individuals, which the undertaking may acquire. And in order to assist the expenses to be incurred, the government permits the free introduction of articles of conformity with the law of colonization and exemption from taxes. Exempt the stamp tax for 10 to 15 years respectively, as well as free exportation of products raised by the colonists. So Mexico was trying to bring in Negro colonies.
Wow.
In the America was trying to send Negro colonies to Mexico. And Mexico maybe that's the way they were dealing with it.
Damn, they were trying to get rid of us, yo. Yo, somebody could use this in a Trump debate right now. That's food for the woke, man.
Nah, they too stuck in their ways saying the black and brown coalition.
Well, they're divided when it comes to that. They're divided amongst each other when it comes to that whole black and brown thing.
We know that, but the wokesters can't get it because when we try to say deport them, they want to defend it. But like Ox said, they got to stay on code.
Right.
Man, that's crazy. That's a lot of stuff there, man. This is a lot, man. Yeah, we're going to come back tomorrow. I'll probably come back and earn the day tomorrow, man. It'd be a nice day to do a daytime show, man. A Sunday, man, after everybody get out of church, man. Yeah, salute, man. Any final thoughts?
Yeah,
No,
new guy, do some research on a little more research on my peoples. That's all. He always say, well, maybe I'm just a wise ass. I like to read a lot or whatever, but do a little more research, man. My mom a Christian, certified.
I greatly appreciate the history lesson.
Yeah, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to all you guys out there. Support the channel. Hit the like button on the way out. And we're trying to get 10 people to share this video. If you could share this on social media, I don't know, whatever, but same black time, same black channel.
Peace.
Out of here. Peace out.